no, of course, he's pointing. Pick me, pick me.
Well, there's Mercury drift up forward, and Hurd's going deep into the forward line. John Blakey gets the job, as we suspected.
So Bombers to the left. There's the Volkswagen sign, the new sponsor here. And I think Shannon Watt might be the man for Matthew Lloyd, which is a bit of a surprise. The Bombers to the left, so the moment's arrived. Footy is back, and it's the Kangaroos and the Bombers, the teams that have won the last 2 premierships. And Daniel Harris, the 18-year-old, gets the first kick. Fletcher belts it away to centre wing. Kangaroos have got to make a statement early here. Makepeace, Good Shepherd coming in. Left foot to centre half forward and falling into the arms of Archer. Well, a lucky break.
And what a surprise to see Archer up forward. We were thinking he could play at fullback on Matthew Lloyd. He has gone forward many times. Look, he just attacks the footy. He doesn't get off the straight line, and he needs to kick this one to give them a real lift.
Socks down, no nonsense. What a great player he's been. Norm Smith-Bedless, when they won their first flag under Dennis Pagan in '96. What a spectacular starter would be if he could get it home. He's hooked it badly. And it's miserable. He's gone from spectacular to miserable in about 5 seconds.
I tell you, it's a good matchup for the Kangaroos there, though, with Archer on Wellman. Wellman's not big on the body contact, and that's what Archer will crave.
Mark Johnson creates a loose band. Hennemans kicks a good one. Johnson at centre wing, quickly off his man. Little one doesn't go too far. Dylan Smith with a chance. His mate Daniel Harris got the first kick. Blumfield goes to ground. Alessio fends off Harris. Handballs to space. All courage there, and rewarded as well. It's McCartney, best clubman last year, gives off to one of the most durable footballers in the history of the game, and Blakey, dreadful kick. I'll stop giving these Kangaroo blokes raps. Archer and Blakey. Mark Johnson, good kick. McVeigh, good to see him. First up, a talent, squeezes it cleverly. Good mark, Mercury, that hurt too.
That really shook him up, Bruce, and you can see the Kangaroos, they're going to make body contact at every opportunity.
Short again, Blumfield.
Tell you what, that is some confidence by Blumfield. You look at that, how closely his opponent was in behind him, yet Mercury just had the nous to give the ball out.
And you picked it right, Derm. John Blakey taking James Hurd.
So Blumfield, can he do what Archer couldn't do at the other end? Similar distance, similar angle. He's going for the hook and he's missed it. So behind.
Ran out a long way, didn't he? Went at right angles just before he kicked that one Wolsey.
Well, he wouldn't play international rules with the round ball doing that, Derm.
So how does Makepeace set it up here?
Well, Makepeace, he's got the volume of his players right down the middle. They're going to break out one side, and he's going to the side where they're a bit outnumbered. Oh, he was forced back in then.
Barnes short to Lucas. We know how far he can kick it. He leads back and drills it home. Touched. Well, it was going.
Big ride from Scotty Lucas there, the first one for the year. And Dipper's got the bench down there, I think.
We certainly have, Dermot. We see the replay there. Beautiful long kick there, but just got touch at the end there. But Kangaroos, Abraham, Burton, Clayton and Corcoran.
So Petrie starting for the Kangaroos and Burton sitting it out. Jim McCartney's done a couple of brave things early for the Kangas. Stevens kicked to centre wing, belted away, sitting and waiting McKernan. I wonder if he read your article during the week, Dermot. To centre half forward, Fletcher at the back, Dylan Smith, one of the 3 18-year-olds, up and under. Got to sit and wait. Barnard found it. I reckon he'd remember the last time he was here. 4 goals in a grand final. What a game it was.
Came off the bench.
Short to Solomon. A different looking Solomon, isn't he? With the dreadlocks. Not a great kick, Blakey will get it.
But James Hurd led up at him then, and he ignored it and just went long over the top as a matter of fact. So didn't really look before he delivered.
Colbert set his man up. It was poor play by Colbert. Set up Sinclair. McVeigh's got it. He was slow to see the lead. Hurd the target. From the front, Colbert did well. Lloyd is a free kick. Lloyd's kicked the goal anyway.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable goal.
Well, it's a appropriate, isn't it? The man who kicked 100 last year will get the first this season.
Well, he was just able to get that on the left boot, and he knew what he was doing, Dermot. He dribbled that one through, just did it to perfection.
He's good on that foot, isn't he? He's not. He doesn't have a great right foot. You know, a lot of modern-day players are very good on their non-dominant side, but he really is sharp on his left foot.
So Lloyd, appropriately, with the opening goal of the match, end of the season. He's got a run going at the moment. Over 100 last year. It's been a long time since he hasn't kicked a goal in a match. Simpson, Archer down low, and it'll be a ball up. In fact, you've got to go back to round 1699 since he hasn't kicked a goal in a game, Lloyd. So he's on a big roll. Here's Rawlings.
Good lead by Severio Rocker.
Rocker the target. Did well, Rocker. Gets it down. Petrie up and under. Motlop outnumbered. Built it away by Fletcher. Solomon's handball. Okay. Ramanauskas. Clever. Found Barnes. Just chips it to space. McVeigh. Deep and wide. Mercury on the burst. He's good in that situation. He's hard to beat. And then quickly turns around, wants Alessio at centre-half, forward, got him. Well, they've taken off where they finished off last year, haven't they?
And it was just a terrific kick. He did the team thing, he squared the ball, he didn't go towards the pocket or the goal square, he put it out in space, and the big fella, even if he hadn't have marked it, had it come to ground, Essendon players were underneath.
I think it was McVeigh who took the mark in the centre square there. There were 3 Essendon players converged on that kick. They all knew where that ball was going, yet their opponents had no idea.
He's an accurate kick, Alessio, 45 metres out. It looks good, it's a goal. Well, I reckon Dennis Pagan would want to say, stop the tape, let's start again. This is not the start we needed.
And Drew, what we see at the centre bounce is Corey McKernan's doing the ruck work. Immediately after the bounce, he pushes to centre half forward, and young Petrie goes on ball and becomes the around ground ruckman.
Good kick, Alessio. He is a goal kicker, there's no question about that. Well, the Bombers here, have a look at the hangover. Carlton's the last team to have won as Premium Round 1 in 1997. It's a long time back. So there has been a hangover for the Premiers. The Crows couldn't do it in either of their years, and neither could the Kangaroos. McKernan's little kick forward. Didn't get far. Whirlman. They look so poised at the moment, the Bombers. Henneman slaps it forward. Stevens on the up, okay. McKernan, desperate for a big game. Free kick coming back, I think, to the Kangaroos, to Stevens at half forward.
And it'll be interesting to see how they set up here, whether they give Sav plenty of space or not, the Kangaroo forwards. It looks like they're staying out of his path. He just has to make sure he keeps leading the big fella.
He's already been drawn towards the kicker, so he's a bit close now. Good kick. Good kick. I actually thought he drifted up the ground a little bit too much then, but when you've got the boot of Severio Rocker, kicking from 55 is no real problem.
He made 2 or 3 leads, and I thought Stevens was terrific, the senior player. He would have known that Big Sav would have been nervous, and he just made sure he waited and waited, then just popped it in his path.
He doesn't mind playing on Dustin Fletcher. He doesn't mind the match-up here. He's kicked goals on him before, admittedly, when Fletcher was only in his infant years.
Well, if Archers is a big kick, this is a big one for Rocker. And for the Kangas, it looks good. What a start for the big fella.
A lot of heart there. Take a lot of heart out of that. Severio is a real psychological player. Very psychological the way he goes about it. When I say he plays on Dustin Fletcher and kicked goals on him before, he actually then responds. He remembers that and thinks, well, I can do it again. And a bloke that size puts it to the right measure, he'll actually come out and do it again. And he's got one against his name.
It's a great kick, isn't it? From outside 50.
That's a weapon, isn't it?
So Rocker's goal gets the Kangaroos back with some form of equilibrium here. It's 2-2 to a goal. Mercedes out of the centre. Colbert and Lucas Hurd's got it for the first time this season and chips it to Lloyd. Not quite. It was a great attempt. Barnard plays forward. Lloyd, little toe poke to the pocket. Well done by McCartney. High Lloyd on him. And for the 3rd time, McCartney stood tall in this opening quarter.
It's a good contest.
Well, he's as brave as they come, Jason McCartney.
So Watt's got Lloyd here early, and Lloyd looks dangerous as this crowd continues to build. Oh, big fly Kangaroo. Is it Petrie? Oh, he's going to the Bombers, is he? Surely not. Given to Lucas. Thought he was 3rd man in line, and then goes long to Lloyd. Yes, no, didn't take it. Handball away by Sinclair, all right, and then Colbert desperate for the line and hasn't quite found it.
Oh, that's out in the full.
off Solomon, so the free kick will go to Shannon Grant, I think.
I'm impressed with Lee Colbert. He's let his opponent give him the slip, Lucas, a couple of times, but his efforts have been superb so far, Lee Colbert.
He wants to show everyone how good he is, Dermot, and he is a good player.
Shannon Grant at half-back to centre wing. Can Rocker take a mark? Fletcher all over the top of him. Harris, that's Daniel Harris. Sinclair did well, got away from Fletcher, and then Stevens squeezed one. Attacking at front spot was Henneman. Well done to Fletcher, quickly onto the boot. McCurry front spot. Pickett takes a good mark. McKernan's on the lead.
He's gone the wrong way.
Well, Grant left foot will suit him, and he'll find McCord. He won't get that far, will he? Carousella's marked it.
Had players to the near side, Bruce. Just turned his back on them.
Henneman, promising start for him. Inside centre wing, McCurry's lively, isn't he? Signed a 5-year deal during the week, which will take him out, you'd reckon.
You'd be lively too when you've signed a 5-year deal.
For plenty of, you know what, Dipper. Moolah, the kick inside, finds Solomon.
And it's a good kick, because any kick that is marked inside 50 is worthwhile, because at AFL level, you mark inside that 50 metres, you are expected to go back and kick a goal. So he was just a little bit too far out to kick it himself, and the short pass just set Solomon up.
So Solomon, such a season last year like the rest of his teammates, 52 metres out, lets fly and kicks it. Well, they can get them from everywhere, can't they? Off half-back. So constructive, McCurry.
He's quite brilliant, isn't he?
Just looking at the Essendon forward line, Paul Barnard is down in the goal square. His opponent is Byron Pickett, and there's no doubt whoever is Pickett's opponent, they will take him right back to the goal square and put him under pressure.
20-6. So as Robert said, Pickett in the goal square with Barnard trying to isolate him there. Blumfield, Carosella, two of the stars in that grand final. Blumfield stops and props back to Carosella cleverly. Awkward looking kick, centering it. Alessio's been busy. McCurry's been quite brilliant. The tackle was good. Barnes sits and waits, does it really well. Back to McCurry. McCurry, look away handball, found Alessio, just shrugs off Stevens. I'll be pleased with that aggression. Barnard to the pocket. Pickett with him, boundary throw in.
Pickett actually started on McCurry, and I'm not sure whether out of necessity or just bad fortune, but he's actually been moved off him. Now he's on McCurry and he's finding himself on Barnard in the goal square. And as you point out, Rob, not the ideal matchup. A lot of shortage there in height.
Petrie only as far as Hurd. Hurd's left-hand handball, okay. Blumfield snap looks good. It's close. He's got it. So Blumfield's got one and the Bombers have got 4.
They're kicking occupation goals. They're just occupying the ball in the forward line at the moment, and whoever wins the next possession gets a shot on goal. Just chipping it around, moving it around as they want.
4 individual goal kickers as well, Dermot, and that's always a good sign, because it just means everyone's getting a sniff of the footy.
There's a confidence about them, isn't there?
Oh, they're looking good.
Now McKernan back into the ruck here. Hasn't had a touch yet. 4 goals down.
26-6. Bombers away. So McKernan on the ball. Just taps to Stevens. Well done. Grant's toe poke. Well, is it in danger, was it? Well, he tried to hold it back, didn't he? But he was forced to go in the end. And Mercedes got it. Smoke and Joe. Defensive side of the centre square. That's what's in front of him. Kicks wide. Lucas, but filling in cleverly. Carosella. Good kick to Lloyd. Free kick shortly to Watt. Front spot pay.
And he's fallen very awkwardly. He's in a bit of trouble, the young fella.
Actually, he looked as if he might be having a convulsion, doesn't he? I mean,
He is. Yep, that's a shame. Thought his shoulder popped there for a second. Oh, he's hit hard.
Well, no doubt a free kick because the jumper was held, but gee, that doesn't look good.
Certainly it doesn't. This is going on just adjacent to young Shannon Watt. Gee, this young boy.
He's in trouble, that kid. All right, well, let's move on with it. I don't mind that with Lee Colbert coming in and standing up for the kid. And look, when you go to the, you get somebody come around during the week and say you're fined X amount of money, how can you not fly the flag when you see that happen? And the kid, it's accidental, but basic instinct is to come in and fly the flag. Now this kid's in a bit of trouble, and I tell you what, if I was coach, I would be pretty unhappy if my teammates didn't come in.
Well, it just makes it pretty hard for Dennis Pagan now, because his interchange bench at the start of the game was Abraham, Burton, Clayton and Cochrane. None of those can go back there and play on Matthew Lloyd, so he's going to have to make some moves. It might be McCartney, he might have to pull Archer out of the forward line. Yeah. So this is when the coach really has to do some thinking.
From the other angle. Oh, he's hit hard, yeah. On the ground, totally accidental, but dragged down. Free kick was there, and that's all.
Again, it was an Essendon short pass into the forward line, just trying to set a teammate up inside 50, and they've got that much confidence with their foot skills.
They do, don't they? When Mercury has the ball, they don't care how close their immediate opponent is. They'll just lead because they know that he will just put it lace out and right on the breastplate.
We just saw a shot there of James Hurd just talking to his players there, Dermot and Robert Walls. What will they be saying?
Ooh. Jimmy, well, knowing Jimmy, he'd be pretty calm about it. He'll be saying, we've got them under the pump at the moment. Let's just keep applying pressure footy and put the score on the board.
Well, we'll have to watch this. Spider's come onto the ground. Well, he won't play at full back, we know that, so we'll just have to see how the rearrangement works out.
Might be that Petrie might have to go back then. Is the kid quick enough to
I think
cover the ground?
Archer's probably going to go back, you'd think, wouldn't you? They're going to be pretty desperate to fill a hole, but
I would think, Bruce, at this stage of the quarter, 16 minutes in, they're under siege, the Kangaroos. Dennis Pagan would be thinking, we just can't let this blow out to be an 8-goal-to-1 result at quarter time. So I would think he would say, I better load my back line just to make sure that they don't get further in front. Give us a chance to settle over the next 15 minutes.
Gee, you really feel for this kid from Hamilton. He was the #1 draft pick, Shannon Watt, way back in 1997. He's only played a handful of games. 20 years of age. There's Glenn Archer, and
7th game for him.
Yeah, so
it's a big kid, isn't he?
Sure is. Probably got the nod in front of Adam Lang tonight. Lang not playing and out of favour for the moment, and Watt getting the job on Lloyd, but accidental, as you've seen, but certainly came down very hard. So Archer has gone back for Lloyd.
Well, Archer just try it on here and make out he's pretty upset by it.
Have a look at the size of Glenn Archer. He is not a tall player. He plays tall, and you have to admire him, but he's not a tall man.
I asked him exactly his height once, and he said he is 5'11" and 3/4.
And very angry.
This is our double vision now. Have a look at the big screen is the one to watch. This is Lloyd. This is how loose what was on him. Lloyd getting away, and this was his first goal. So the goal from Lloyd there. So it had plenty of space early.
And that caption there showed Lee Colbert running back with the flight of the ball. That's what he's been doing thus far at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter. Play on now.
So Pickett in short. Gee, not much to go to. You could see down the ground.
Just trying to break him up a bit, aren't they? He's got to come back inside.
Still wide. He's got it. Oh, he's in trouble.
That's all right. You've got to try something, Horsey.
Yeah, but good effort by the Bombers too. Yep. The big man, Alessio, he put the tackle on, and then James Hurd bumped him over the line. Well done.
Just had nothing further afield, so he had to try it on. Pickett goes back to the square on Barnard.
Yep.
So Lloyd and Archer, then belted forward by Blumfield. Stevens against the flow. Free kick. He was in trouble, but he earned it. Colbert away to centre wing. Motlop front spot, Ramanaskas, and Mercedes happy to find the line.
They're pretty gentle hands on Shannon Motlop then. I thought he would have had the wood over Ramanaskas. Ramanaskas playing legitimately as a back flanker, back pocket type so far.
Gee, Lloyd getting a real serve as he goes back to full forward. Johnson, Jason to Hurd, fell over. Still good enough to get to McVeigh. Left foot to half forward. Mercury's been terrific. Front spot, Blakey. Well cleverly done.
Abraham on now, boys.
Thanks, Dipper. Back to Jason Johnson. Got it high, free kick. Just over him, Shannon Grant.
And Shannon Grant doing a tagging job on Joe Mercedes.
Herd here.
Abraham, 50 metres.
Got 50 metres base. He's nearly knocked himself out, so he hasn't done much.
She's been on 60.
Bit eager, just a bit eager to get in the game. I think Jones put up a hand to himself.
He's had a knee injury too, Abraham, and it doesn't look good.
No, I reckon he's hurt his knee. The first thing he did.
Yeah. What's the left knee?
Oh, yes.
He's hurt his left knee there.
So Hurd will get back to Abraham. Hurd for goal. He kicks it.
Now, it will be embarrassing, but I reckon he should come off that boy, Winston Abraham, at the moment.
I reckon it's more of a corky, Dermot, more sort of knee on knee.
I think his knee went inwards. I reckon he got a bit of a pop on that. Watch his left knee. There. See him just... That's got to hurt.
Yeah. And they've rearranged their ruck setup, the Kangaroos. Spider Burton doing the ruck work. McKernan at centre half forward. Petrie out on a half forward flank. Sav in the goal square, so they're pretty tall up forward, the Kangas.
They have to have Abraham on then, don't they, with that tall forward line?
Well, he came into the match with knee problems. He was a surprise inclusion. So watch on him, Mercedes. McVeigh. It's not quite a nightmare yet, but boy, it's starting to build towards it early in this match. 5 goals to 1.
Abraham coming off.
Yeah, he's gone, I think, Dipper for the night. Clayton to come on, I think. Colbert just had to go the wrong way. McVeigh pushes forward to Barnes. Still the Bombers in control. Mercury. Well done, Dylan Smith.
It's good, that kid, isn't he?
Daniel Harris did really well to get it to Simpson. Goes back to centre half forward. They're outnumbered. McKernan couldn't take it. Little one from Wellman. Well done to Ramanauskas. Mercury's having a big opening quarter. Sits and waits now and then has to cough it up, but did it cleverly. He was on the blind side of the umpire, so he could have done anything there. Ramanauskas on the burst. Lloyd, not quite. Falls into Barnard's arms.
Fortunate Matty Lloyd there. I think he put the hands on the shoulders as he tried to elevate himself. Fortunate for the Bombers. Barnard read it correctly.
And this will be a real win for the Bombers, because Barnard's role is to take Pickett right out of the play, get him back in the goal square, and if Barnard can kick a goal, well, again, it's just a Kevin Shooty move that's really come off.
50-50 there on the Lloyd jump.
So Barnard, about 35 metres out, you can see the angle. Kick 4 in the grand final off the interchange, careful, and kicks another one.
Schooled as a full forward in West Australia in the junior leagues there. Came from way down south in Western Australia. Likes kicking a goal for a midfield, large midfield, forward flanker, half forward, half back.
6 individual goal kickers, and John Barnes would be happy to be up against Spider Burton. Not so much in the ruck contest, but around the ground. He will run off the big Spider. He will push out to the wings.
So McCartney's gone for Lloyd. So another opponent, a third in this opening term. Shannon Watt carried from the ground. Archer only for a few minutes. Just trying to get a balance here. They're trying to plug the holes, aren't they? They're hoping the siren sounds, I think. Jason Johnson to Hurd. Blakey onto him very quickly. It looked fair. Daniel Harris. Not much on the kick, and Carousella's got it. He's had the wood on Rawlings early. 6-38. In short to Blumfield. McVeigh. Neither take it. Kangaroos just need a break here. Ball comes out cleverly. Back to McVeigh. Daisy cutter good. Terrific kick.
And again, Bruce, an example of the short pass inside the 50 area. They will not blaze away. They will not bomb to the goal square. They are always looking for a player on the lead. And again, Dermot, they've got that much confidence in their skills. And look at this young fella here on the left boot. He pops it out in front of Scotty Lucas. And really, Lee Colbert couldn't do anything to stop that.
I don't think McVeigh played a game last year, did he?
Played one.
One game.
Yeah, deep in the season it was.
Fair player to bring in. I just get this horrible feeling that we're only 24 minutes into the season and the Kangaroos are going to run out of soldiers here tonight.
Lucas, will he make it a 7-goal kick? It looks good. Seven big goal kickers here, and Shannon Watt taken from the ground a few minutes ago. Andrew Mars down there on the boundary line. What's the latest with Shannon?
As bad as it looked, Bruce, they're just hoping at this stage that it's nothing more than a severe concussion, but they are monitoring him in the rooms at the minute.
It looked really nasty, didn't it? when he was in trouble on the ground. Was 7 individual goal kickers here.
Yes, it's a fantastic start, and Dennis Pagan, he'll just be hoping that siren goes so he can get out there and just get the troops together, because at the moment there's not much direction being given on field.
It's round 13 last year revisited that Sunday afternoon when they slaughtered them early. I know the kicker scored on that occasion, and remember that qualifying final. Jason Johnson, Barnes, will he leave it for Masidi? Back inside, just trying to be the team man there. Jess Sinclair's handball missing. Rawley having a shot early. Throw was it against Carosella?
I don't think the Kangaroos have had a centre bounce takeaway yet of the 8 bounces we've had in there.
Daniel Harris to Stevens. He's had a few touches early.
I've been corrected, they've 3.
I think Stevens might have had 1 or 2. Burton, good mark, front spot. So the Spider. Now he's an accurate kick, but he's not an overlong kick.
There's not a lot of muscles on those legs of his. There we go, good lead.
Clayton's got it.
And Shane Clayton, he is a ball magnet. He's just able to bob up space. He does it all the time, Dermot. He's been a very good player for the Kangaroos since he left Brisbane.
Just getting the slip there. Remanascus.
Remanascus, even though he pushed off and definitely went for a lead, I thought Remanascus fell off the back of him and thought, no, they won't kick it to him.
Clayton from about 49. Hooky angle. Pretty good kick. Is it coming? No, it's behind.
Well, for the first time tonight, we see what Essendon will do at the kick-ins. Winston Abraham on the bench.
So what about the kids watching? Do you reckon that's the way to go? Run out wide to get extra distance, or do you run straight when you're kicking for goal?
Oh, gee, I suppose you've got to know the way you kick them, don't you? Some people can only get the extra distance running a bit wide.
Just done this very well, the Bombers, haven't they? Just little passes to each other, just kept control of the footy.
So Burton's second mark in a couple of minutes. Stevens busy opening term, trying to get a probing kick away. Well done there at the back by Rocker to put some pressure on. As far as Mark Johnson to Barnes. That's where he's trying to get away from Burton, as Robert Wall said. Fletcher, clever kick. Check side, gets about 60 metres. Looking for Masidi. Sinclair running with him. Well done. Archer, just careful to Clayton. He's got Grant down the line, Shannon Grant. Doesn't go that way, wants Rocker. Johnson had to be courageous front spot there, Mark Johnson, and he was, and belts it over the line.
Boys, the way that Abraham's moving down here, I doubt if he'd be back on the ground, and also the Essendon bench hasn't been used yet. And what are we now, 26 minutes into the quarter?
Well, if Abraham's not coming back on, we see that Watt won't be coming back on. They could be down to 20 players already.
Yep.
So they came in with 4 of their top 5 in the best and fairest last year not playing tonight, and they've lost probably 2 already. Kick away from Fletcher. McKernan, a bit of strength there, and good long kick. Now Burton's a chance. Well done, Henneman at the back. And then the Spider has to rove, and that's not okay. Is that out on the full against Solomon, or was the ball over the line?
Well, that's Dave Howlett, isn't it? The umpire, he looked at the boundary.
I think the field umpire thought it came off the boot.
Eddie Rawlings, he had the job running around tagging Blake Carosella that first quarter. Doesn't have it this quarter. Nearest the screen, Blake Carosella.
Start of the second quarter here on Friday Night Footy. And the Bombers by 25 points. Simpson's kick out of the centre, not towards, didn't actually get it out of the centre square. Wellman able to hold it up. Well done, Harris. Gee, it's a good start for him. McKernan tries to slap it away, can't. Henneman does well. Boots Masidi. Running hard, Simpson. Couple of tough nuts here. Joe goes to ground. Simpson over the top. Well played. He's got to dish it out now. Harris in hard. Over the top of Johnson, is it? Hard to see.
Just see Smoking Joe there. He just tapped the ball with his foot to get it away from Adam Simpson. When he was on the ground, he just flicked it with his foot.
So Jason Johnson at half back. Bit up and under. Lloyd front spot. McCartney's done a good job at the back. To Grant. Back to McCartney. Well done. Little one to Stevens. Had plenty of it in the opening turn. And then runs his full measure and then bangs and finds Rocker. Paid. Could he do it? He's 65 out.
You have to go torpedo.
Doesn't. Kicks long and hard. Dylan Smith rolling, goal! Oh. No, he's missed. I thought it was a goal.
He still kicked it a mile.
Sorry, Kangaroo fans. It was going home.
Good strong lead though, wasn't it? Good signs there for Saverio Rocker.
And Fletcher to do the kicking in. He can kick a long ball, and that's just a short pass, 60 metres down the middle.
McKernan able to get involved, but then the handball was pretty wild and woolly.
That's a give up.
Come from Simpson. Masidi, good vision. McVeigh, well done, Pickett, took him out legally, and then round the corner by Masidi, inside the 50. Stevens courageously, hands and knees, he's got to get it out now, they're all over him, ball up.
Tell you what, Lloydie had a crack at him then.
He did. I think he's playing with plenty of aggression, and the umpire's found a free kick. Scotty Lucas, and just about within his kicking distance.
So as a Pickett coming in late, have a look at this, just shoving him in the back.
And they're the sort of things that coaches hate, because it was a neutral ball, it was going to be a bounce down, and unnecessary to do that.
Right behind Lucas, he kicks about 52 metres out, and he's just pushed it away for a behind.
Well, you can have a short-term gain for a long, short-term loss for a long-term gain. There's no gain in that type of behaviour.
No. And Byron Pickett to do the kicking in. Essendon have set up a zone defence.
There's 15 in this zone here.
If he's forced to kick it long, the zone defence has worked.
Splits it, geez, a good kick.
Yeah, great kick.
He was able to get it outside the defensive 50 to Grant, and this kick's all right too to Stevens.
Severio Rocker's got to be the next target.
Can he get around to him though, Dermot? He won't get that far, but he'll get to Clayton, that ball magnet as Robert Walls describes him, and then short again. Is Rocker involved? No. Comes down from Petrie to Burton. All the tools, unfortunately, for the Kangaroos. Fletcher away. Ramanaskas should have got a free kick. He does.
Ramanaskas is not paying Shane Clayton the respect he deserves. 3 times Clayton's marked in front of Ramanaskas. He'll get a message soon.
So halfback Ramanaskas.
Bit of coach coming out in Wolsey then, wasn't there?
Well, you'd know all about him coaching. Carousella to Hurd. Won that premiership against you boys in '86. Hurd, centering ball. Oh, G. Colbert and also Stevens. Mercury, Jason Johnson, left foot, misses, sprays it, a behind.
There's an error by Colbert, but at least a positive error. He made the ball his target, just didn't have the peripheral vision to recognise that Stevens was in the box seat. All he needed to do was come in and protect his back.
Again, the Bombers have the zone set up. Pickett trying to find someone short. He'll get one in the pocket.
The weight of numbers came to this side, Wolsey.
He has got much to go to, John Blakey. Barnes is waiting down on the wing, so the next passage of play will head Barnes' way.
Oh, this is pretty static, isn't it?
Shannon Grant just hoping a bit, isn't he, that someone will take the mark. Will McKernan or Burton do it? Comes away, Carousella got a high one. Probably a bit of a push, but it'll be a ball up.
Watch this ball up here, they'll bounce down, and you'll find Essendon will get 1 or 2 extra numbers to the left-hand side of screen, defensive side of the pack, or if they get a tight, close-in ball, that's where the handball will go to a player in space.
Burton just lays it down. Simpson, wrong side for him, gets some distance. Ramanaskas just searched for it, but he found it. Goes short, McVeigh looks up, bangs to centre half forward. The numbers are with the Kangas. Pickett belts away. Sinclair's handball okay. Stevens on his wrong side, but he was able to use Cochrane, who's probably one of the best runners at the Kangaroos, to Clayton in front of Ramanaskas. 4th time. Could see the hand there, Wolsey. Clayton's kicked the full forward. Can Rocker take one? Front spot. Fletcher at the back. Ball comes to ground. There's just no crummers for the Kangaroos back there. And Henneman's away. Good kick. Finds Blumfield at centre wing. Blumfield down the line. Wants Mercury or Lucas. Lucas with the fly. Then Mercury. Harris. Well done, Mercury. Over the top. Blumfield. Sits a bit. Left foot. Kangaroos will chop it off. Grant getting involved early in the second quarter.
Absolute wasted half forward. That ball that Severio Rocker went for and didn't mark. Petrie should have just shepherded his back and made out he was going for the ball. They could have gobbled up that ball at centre half forward.
Gee, that was a good kick by Grant to McKernan. Then McKernan forced to go on the left, kicks to full forward. Rocker and Fletcher. Sinclair looks for a high tackle. I don't reckon it was there, and now he's in trouble and gone.
Yes, and he played for the free kick, didn't get it, lost the footy, and Dennis Pagan won't be happy with that. We see Archer. Archer's at full back for the Kangaroos. Barnard, his opponent. Barnard just keeps taking the quality players out of the way.
Fletcher off one leg, kicks it about 65 metres. Blumfield so good overhead. Good hands. Solomon round the corner to fall forward. Oh, good mark. Acceleration from Lloyd late.
And McCartney took his eyes off the ball, Dermot. He put his eyes around the corner. He looked to see where Lloyd was.
Now, look at the big screen. That's what they were thinking about, and he was able to get away.
Yes, and you just saw a couple of times there, McCartney glanced to see where Lloyd was. As soon as you do that, you are in real trouble. You've got to have touch, have feel, know where he is, but have your eyes on the footy so you can attack it.
Well, he's good enough from here. We're right behind him. He's going to kick from about 45 metres. Tightish angle, about 60 degrees. Has he hooked it a bit? I think he has. So the Bombers haven't kicked a goal for a while. I think the 24-minute mark of the opening term, make that 23-minute mark. So 7-5 to 3-2.
Well, we have a look at Byron Pickett and what faces him. Most of the Kangaroos numbers are to the near side of the ground, to Byron's left as he looks up. They might try and get one decoy out the other side. Spider Burton's going out there. Clayton's got free again. Doesn't see him up the middle.
He's relying on Archer to beat Carosella one out here. Carosella used his body well and then wins it back. Then Hurd. Terrific Archer. A couple of Norm Smith medalists together there. Andrew Marr down on the boundary line. What about Shannon Watt?
Yeah, they've run a whole lot of neurological tests on him, Bruce, and at this stage Dr. Harry Unglick doesn't think that there's any problems with him from a long-term perspective, which is great news for North.
Thanks for that. So, good result, we reckon, there with Shannon Watt. McVeigh pushing forward. Makepeace down low. Just a little toe poke there coming from Simpson, boundary throw-in.
Ball on the half-back flank for the Kangaroos, and they've just got an extra player dropping back behind the ball, so they're playing conservative football. They just don't want to get scored against at the moment.
That was Drew Petrie we saw on the boundary line. Last year in the grand final, he was sitting behind the goals, barracking for the Bombers. Boy, his life's changed in 6 months. McCurry running onto it high. No free kick. Lloyd cleverly to Johnson, Jason Johnson. Carosella didn't take possession. He knew that the man was right on him. Makepeace down low and the ball out of play. Jason Johnson, he and Mark Johnson, what revelations they were last year.
They kept Petrie barrack for the Bombers, did he?
Yeah, in the grand final last year.
I'll tell you what, your first game against the opposition, you soon change your opinion of who you barrack for as a kid. Only takes one game.
Barnes at the back, Lucas, good hands to Blumfield, goal! So Blumfield gets his second, and they break what was a pretty big stalemate at the opening few minutes of the second term.
Why'd you have Blumfield in your top 50, Walsey?
I couldn't fit them all in. They set that up well, the Bombers, though. They had space over the back and they just kept moving forward. Have a look. Good hit there by Barnes over the back. They knew they'd set that play up. Lucas got the handball across to Blumfield, finished off.
Wayne Carey, the captain behind the coach, Dennis Pagan.
Extra man in defence now for the Kangaroos.
So just trying to hold the Bombers up here. It's a 5-goal game, Grant, to Stevens. So they do win it out of the centre again. Good bounce for Harris. Johnson against him. Henneman's been good. Very, very good. Just runs away from his man. Gets it to Hurd. Hurd kicks to centre. They had the numbers. A handball by Blumfield. Barnes tapping forward creatively. Dylan Smith against the tide. Has to give it up. Did well. McCartney just blaze. Rioli and McVeigh sit underneath it. Rioli's got it. His first touch wasn't a good one. Let's see if he can make amends here. Solomon leading. Short to Hurd.
Hurd now playing the centre there, Robert Walls. His first time he went in there.
At the centre bounce dipper.
Yep.
Hurd's kick to full forward. Lloyd launches himself. McCartney with him. Just runs away from Ramanauskas, and Matsiti cleverly just keeps it in, and then the ball out of play.
And Archer has now gone to centre half forward for the Kangaroos. Wellman, his opponent. So Glenn Archer's been up and down the ground like a yo-yo.
Not really getting a contest at half forward, the Kangaroos, are they? So he's going back there.
Saw that they're down to 20 men, the Kangas. McVeigh's kick, Pickett just cuts it off with those great hands of his. Stevens. 11th kick coming up. Good one to Blakey.
Now this is where the half forward has to come up and be the next recipient.
Clayton and Rioli. Gee, Rioli did well there and won the free kick in the end.
A half forward's got to read that, Wolsey. He's got to see that when the switch of play, and he has to work from half forward to the wing to be the recipient, or at least bring the ball to ground so the little blokes don't have to fight like that from behind.
Rioli to space, wants Mercury, and he nearly got it for him. Colbert down low to Blakey. Not a good kick the last one. This time he goes for a bit more distance. Can Harris take a mark? He can.
Impressive.
No doubt. With that opening quarter goal. And then searching for a long one. Down ground, I think, against Johnson.
Yes. He's given cheek, the kid, too, to Johnson as well. Well done.
Tiggy Touchwood.
Yep.
So Motlop's got it. Rocker wasn't far away. I reckon they might have wanted Sav to grab hold of it.
I thought he was going to get it again there, Sav. I tell you what, Fletcher's giving Severio Rocker due recognition here.
So Motlop loads it up, kicks right to the square, banged away. Rocker, could he get it out to Harris? Mark Johnson with him, boundary throw in. Terrific crowd has built up here. Would be well and truly in the 60 to 70,000 range. Kangas just hanging in, aren't they? By the skin of their teeth at the moment. Bombers haven't quite blown them away. Promised too early in the match. Those late goals before quarter time help. Harris again. Can't break the tackle. Boundary throw in.
And James Hurd down there in the back pocket for the Bombers. His opponent, John Blakey, has left him. Blakey's actually gone up into defence for the Kangaroos. Playing on Joe Masidi now.
So again the boundary throw in. Barnes tries to lay it down. Little kick by Sinclair. Umpire nearly got on the road. Henneman's been good. To Remenascus. To Rioli. Found it. Starting to get some touches cleverly. McVeigh on the burst. Set a few touches. Good left foot to Solomon. Clayton can't affect a spoil. Solomon quickly on to the pocket. Blakey measures it. Did well. He knew that he was in trouble. But the old fella measured it and belted it away.
What about the way he thought, please don't make me have to touch this ball before the boundary line. I don't want to be pinged for deliberate here. He just guided it over there.
Well, Blumfield's a hard man to beat in the air, isn't he? And he was able to affect the spoil.
It's a good mixed bag, Blumfield, isn't he? He's got a good component to every part of his game.
Burton wins the tap, but Blumfield snares at Pickett. One hand.
Oh,
He's exciting. Was the kick all right? Okay in the end. Did he mean it?
well, gee, let's hope.
Adam Simpson on James Hurd.
McKernan's kick's a shocker. Centre wing. Mercury and Harris. Grant has to get rid of it in a hurry. They can Pickett take one on here. Well done. Back turn was clever. The handball okay. Releases Makepeace in trouble. He got rid of it in a hurry. Harris tried a half volley. Couldn't do it. Lloyd down there. Mercury on the up. McVeigh. They come away, the Bombers, to Lloyd in the centre. Oh, Pickett didn't bring him down. Does in the end. Good stuff. Now the game's alive for the first time. Stevens kicks to centre half forward. Can the Kangas get a goal? Rocker goes to ground. Little toe poke out. Grant kicks forward. Ramanauskas getting back. Suddenly the tempo's gone up for a moment or two.
They'll lift out of this, the Kangaroos. They found a bit of heart there with a bit of physical stuff.
Rioli slows it down. Mark Johnson. Oh, Motlop. No.
Just got to temper it though. That's a waste.
Lucas to the pocket, out on the full.
Yeah, disappointing finish there by Scotty Lucas. But gee, Archer, didn't he hit in heart? And how brave was Mark Mercury to keep his eyes on the footy?
Blakey, almost a centre wing. Highest flyers with the Bombers. McKernan hasn't been able to impose himself. Harrison Johnson, good duel. Johnson front spot, Wellman. Harris's tackle okay. Johnson, Mercury, clever, bounced it. Gee, that was cocky. Handball to Barnes, back to Mercury, off one leg. Beautiful kick. Rioli can make something happen here. Strolls away, takes his time, releases it to Blumfield. Good mark at the back though. Blakey was flying, but I think it was Cole, but was it? Yep, front spot to take the mark. They're doing all right here, the Kangaroos, aren't they? I mean, they are just stopping the Bombers, holding them up for the moment. Clayton through centre half back. They're probing, they're trying to find a way themselves. Fletcher was clever there on Rocker. It looked like it was Rocker's mark. Wellman out wide, gets to Jacobs.
Barnes is right on in the middle here.
Found him. Did Barnes affect the mark? No. Oh, Pickett, bit soft, unlucky, I think.
16 minutes into this second quarter, only one goal being scored, so it's a real contest now.
I'm interested in the way the umpires are positioned tonight. Chris Mitchell was well on top of that. He got 1 in and 2 out.
Solomon G. Blake, he's gone back very courageously. Sinclair finds the line, boundary throw in.
It's pretty obvious now. Dennis Pagan's thought to this second quarter, all right, we're 30-odd points down. Let's keep it at that. And with about 35, 40 minutes footy left in the match, let's try and win it then. If we just try and go gun for gun with the Dons, we're going to get blown out of the water.
Alessio just wanted Carosella, hands and knees. Lloyd squeezes out. McCartney was touched off the boot, so he has to force away in a hurry. Gets distance. Motlop front spot. Just eluded Archer. Well done, Wellman. Bangs back to half forward. They've got the big flyers there, the Bombers. Blakey, Lloyd onto him.
They've just filled up the space back there, the Kangaroos. Now the Bombers players are leading, but there's no space to lead into. A good coaching by Dennis Pagan.
There's not going to be many goals scored either way, the way you coach in that vein. No, that's fine. Don't get blown out of the water.
Rawlings on for Smith. Burton won it.
Good tab.
Quick kick, Simpson. Juggling effort. Carosella, second go. Good tackle on him again. Then McVeigh, that left foot, able to get onto it. To Lloyd. Lloyd goes long and strong. Hurd's there, and also back there is Jacobs is on the ground. Simpson, good kick. Cochrane's a runner. Can he get away here and take Barnes on? Decides not to. Good looking kick to Clayton. Needs to mark it. Rioli clever from the side. Took a long time to get to Clayton, to be honest. And then Rioli gives it off. The handball inboard. Comes to Barnes. Bit sloppy, Barnes. Through Burton. Chance here. Mercury. Solomon. Will he take them on? Takes one on. Left hand handball good. Lucas strolls in and scores a goal.
Scotty Lucas wasn't going to handball.
He's got two, and they're just inch by inch going away, centimetre by centimetre.
Yes, they just kept working at it. This fella, Mercury, he is a master. And the handball across by Solomon. Scotty Lucas perhaps could have given a handball, but he's not going to give that away, Doom.
Oh, no. You'd back somebody else's money even not for him not to handball.
So 9-3 now. Lucas and Blumfield, the goal scorers in this quarter. They've got two apiece.
Gee, you'd want to shut Mercury down a bit, wouldn't you? He's been fantastic. 12 possessions already.
And so constructive. Just refuses to waste a ball, doesn't he?
Yep.
Bombers forward. Harris, no free kick. Still the Bombers have got it to about 20 metres, 30 metres forward, ball up. Just can't find a way to score, the Kangas, can they?
No, they are dropping balls across half forward, and that on reflection, that Cochrane kick forward, it had to land in a perfect 1 metre zone to be of value to the Kangaroos. But they were hamstrung with the way it was set up then.
Burton, Blumfield and Harris. Masiti, well done inside. Jacobs had a bit of an airy. Stevens low, bit lucky actually, because in the end he knew he was cooked, but Henneman came in over the top, or Jacobs I mean. He had nowhere to go. Gets it short to Sinclair. Sinclair's kick to 50. At the back, Wellman, he'll claim a mark, and he's got it. It's been paid.
I think he was the only one in the whole contest who ever touched the ball then. Flat-handed it first time.
Half back to centre wing. Mercury, the flyer, did well. Brought it to the front. Blake Carosella in short. Lucas down on his bootstraps. Kangaroos a couple, Colbert and also Stevens. Masidi couldn't quite get a boot onto it. Well done there by Grant. To Colbert, to Burton, to Rawlings, to Pickett. Pickett in trouble, got his kick away. They might have a bit of luck here. Motlop couldn't quite do it. Solomon bursts away. Handballs out wide to Blumfield. Blumfield stops and props. Masidi on the run. He stops and props. Little left footer searching and found Barnes. And I reckon it took a long time for Johnny. He had to wait and wait and wait.
And good on him for going for it. They're the hospital passes, and Johnny Barnes was under it. He's gone the short pass. He's just been too unselfish tonight.
McVeigh to Lloyd. Not far enough. Blakey.
Just tried to do a bit too much tonight, John Barnes, when he's got the foot. He should have gone back and had a set shot. He was only 45 metres out.
Grant, Shannon Grant, he's had a lot of it in the second quarter. Good kick to Burton. So they've been able to get it up to half-back. Now, where do they go next? This has been their problem, hasn't it? Can somebody take a mark? Rocker forced a long way out. Gee, Fletcher nearly as good as a kick. Sinclair stops and then belts around the corner, but nobody there again, and Wellman's got it. Well, he hasn't got it, but he will get it. You know that. He waits. Plenty of time to Carosella. Methodical, aren't they, the Bombers? They haven't panicked. They've just built on this lead here. Wide to Mark Johnson. Stevens gives a free kick away.
Yeah, frustrated. Mark McCurry's the player who's been fantastic in this quarter. He's had 8 handballs.
Jacobs, unlucky to miss out on that grand final. To centre half forward. Burton gets back.
That's a good grab.
Plays a role for them, doesn't he? He's important.
Now they've got a bit of run on here now, the Kangaroos, but it's the next possession. Where do they go from here?
So Simpson to McCartney. Good long low kick to Clayton. Well, Pagan's paddock set up, but can he go on? Chips away to the pocket. Good mark. Archer. But they've had to go uncharacteristically wide, haven't they? I mean, he's gone from 55 metres straight in front to 45 metres out on an angle.
Oh, that's good play by Archer. You saw him in the foreground there. Just push his opponent. Wellman back inboard, and then he springs out.
If Wellman has a weakness in his game, it's probably the strength in the one-on-one contests. Terrific reader of the play, able to create. He's become a very good footballer, but just one-on-one contest doesn't really relish that.
He had the first shot tonight for goal, Archer, and missed it. This looks better off the boot. Well, still they hang in. Late goals in the first quarter helped their cause. Another one here would be handy. It's 4 goals to 9.
Not a big kick, Arch, is he? But he just gets them on their course and steers it through. He's only kicked at about 40 metres in total. He's done well again, Clayton. See, all they need is somebody to win the ball, say, 3 or 4 times a quarter at half forward, and they'll be in this, the Kangaroos. James Hurd coming off the ground. Moorcroft replacing him.
And not only has he come off, he's heading straight into the rooms. So, Dipper, you might be able to find out what's happening.
I just reckon what he's going to do, just cool down there, Robbie.
I think John Quinn talks to them there, Wolsey. He'll have a chat with John Quinn and just a bit of a warm down. So we'll keep an eye on Hurd. But
important ball here.
High kick by Shannon Grant to centre half forward. Can the Kangas win one? Motlop. Still Motlop. Not sure what to do. Gee, he had a man outside him. Running. I think it was Clayton.
I think what he wanted to do was draw the opponent and balk the handball out that way and then turn back in naturally onto his left foot. Didn't work for him. Fletcher's view.
So Hurd still with Quinn there on the boundary line.
Gee, good kick in. 3-1.
Blumfield to Mark Johnson. Weight of numbers, the Bombers. Johnson streams forward. Alessio, McCurry, McCartney, Pickett. Gee, does. Oh, what about that? Was that vision? Found Blakey out wide. Boy, he can give you heart failure. Blakey.
This is danger.
Because they're outnumbered. You're going to get a free kick here, the Kangas.
Once again, Walter, you pointed out Wellman doesn't like the body contact, and Severio initiated it then. And Wellman was drawn into applying too much in the eyes of the umpire.
A bit lucky. Rocker to the pocket. Oh, McKernan. That was a remarkable one. He'll be disappointed. Boundary throw in.
I honestly believe if the Kangaroos can get somebody to stand up and win the ball solidly as a half forward, say 3 times a quarter, at half forward over the next 2 quarters, they'll be right in this.
McKernan and Barnes. Barnes over the top, lays it down. Motlop getting onto it. Stevens upended. Masidi, Barnes clever, just tapped it to Ramanauskas like a basketball player and finds a Wellman at half back.
What about the Rioli tackle?
On Stevens?
Oh, just terrific. It was his rugby league background coming out.
Centre wing, Lloyd tried to get it away, Archer, McCartney, to centre half forward, front spot Mercedes, well read down low by Shannon Grant.
He was brilliant.
And then Clever to Stevens, no one ready to go to. He's got to bang it hard and high and just hope that Motlop could take a mark, or Jess Sinclair. Carousel a bit strong in the body, and then good vision of Barnes. Just presents himself, doesn't he, Barnes?
Barnes is actually playing the game of a running rover, ruck rover midfielder. Not going into the heavier stuff. He just sits about a little half kick away from where the ball lands in the back line.
Big Spider Burton dropping back. That's why Essendon's doing the short passing. If they go long, Spider will be there.
So Reminauskas now just trying to position it to half forward, and Archer, good play by Makepeace to just hold up Mercury.
Trusts his teammates, Archer, like that, doesn't he? For them to just give him that little passage to fly across the face. Good chip out wide to Simpson.
So he wants McKernan. Can he take a big mark? No. In fact, gives away a free kick, McKernan, to Masiti. Just looks out of sorts, doesn't he, McKernan? The kick to Barnes. Well, it didn't have the fireworks we expected in the first half. The Bombers have set up a good lead, but the Kangaroos have sort of hung in, haven't they?
They applied themselves. They put the brakes on the heavy scoring. The Dons, what did they kick in the first quarter? 7 or 8 goals? 7 goals. They've only kicked 2 that quarter, so they put the brakes on the heavy scoring, not try and match them 1 for 1, or at least 1 against 3, so they didn't get blown out of the water.
So at half-time, Dermot will be back with Robert Walls to analyse the first half. It's 4-3 to 9-5.
They look more organised in at that centre bounce.
And the Kangaroos bench does look sparse, doesn't it, as we look down there now, with no Abraham and Watt. So can they hang on here, the Kangaroos?
No one within 50 metres of the Kangaroos goal square. They're all up congregating at centre half forward.
Second half of Friday night footy, the opening game of the 2001 season, and Mercedes bangs us full forward, and Colbert takes a good mark.
And several times tonight, Lee has run back with the flight of the ball. He just wants to have a real dip.
Out wide to Cochrane.
No Abraham on the bench there, boys. He has to come back out. So, as you mentioned there, the bench is only down for 2.
So 20 players for the Kangas here. Cochrane to centre wing. Big fly came from Rocker front spot. Pushed forward there by Rawlings. Get far. Will Henneman run down? He had it for a while. Motlop, toe poke by Whirlman forward. Well done, Stevens. Stops and props, and with typical courage gets a free kick to Grant. Worked hard in the second quarter. Cochrane, who's been useful, keeps it low. Can he find a target? Almost at centre half forward. Good fly there coming from McKernan. Was it a ball up?
And a good test for young Henneman for the Bombers tonight, because he's been given real responsibility. He's the centre half back. He's playing on Corey McKernan, and I think this will be a real education for him. So far, he's stood up to it very well.
Vacant goal square, 30 metres away here. Simpson over the top. Motlop runs on. Left foot close. And he's just missed.
It's the play that they do so often. Ruck contest. Ruckman holds the opposition ruckman down. Simpson comes over the top, and they set something up.
Here's Fletcher with a kick in. Well, they're all up the middle of the spine here. A couple of safeties out short in the pockets. Smoke and Joe will get it again here.
Did Dermot as he comes away. Good kick into the centre to Barnes. Be interesting to track Barnes in a game of footy, wouldn't it? Just to see where he goes.
I don't reckon he's run all that far tonight.
Lloyd was the key there. Couldn't quite take it. Comes out Mercury. Wonderful first half. Back in the direction of Lloyd. Sinclair. No free kick. Interesting. Oh, crunched was Harris. And Archer's there with also Johnson and a throw in the city.
I'll just give you the benches there for Essendon: Bolton, Moorcroft, Jacobs, Rioli, and of course Petrie and young Dylan Smith.
So 2 of the kids are on the bench, Dipper, 2 of their 18-year-olds. McKernan able to get rid of Barnes, and then Archer. There's Harris, the 3rd of the 18-year-olds. The bounce beat everybody. Rocker back to Rawlings. Can he get a handball away? Can't quite. Solomon so strong in the tackle, and then able to hold it up. Very well done. And the Kangaroos missed a really good chance there. They looked away, didn't they? And now the Bombers come away through Mercedes, who guides it to Lucas. Oh, McCartney, no free kick. Gee, I thought he was a bit unlucky there, boundary throwing.
And Matthew Lloyd playing out at half forward. Lucas Lloyd out at half forward. James Hurd back in the goal square, also Barnard.
Just saw Abraham limping around the boundary. Tracked suit on, all suited up, so looks a sorry sight.
Really limping too, wasn't he?
So they've got enough injuries and suspensions. There's
That's
another one,
right.
Burton. Colbert.
Well, there's nothing ahead.
To Grant.
Clever play. He had to stop and just kick short here. Severio's going to have to hold the ball. If you kick it too quick, right, this boy Cochrane will have to hold it up here. McKernan's making space.
It's a good kick to him too. He's given him every chance. Paul rolling on. It's a goal. It's a goal.
Oh, the kick was meant to go to Corey.
It's been all right, Cochrane.
Yep. He's playing on Alessio too. He's more of a tall running type backman, but he's actually playing on Alessio in the back half now.
Just have a look here,
doing
Dern.
well.
Do you reckon McKernan could have made a stronger contest?
Absolutely. Now, well, he looked for the shepherd then, but it was, I tell you what, he's pretty wide of it. The safety is always try and mark it. It's your judgment then that's at error.
Well, they got the last goal before half-time in the first and the third quarter, the Kangas, so they close it up again.
Interesting forward setup, as you called it, Dermot. They've got their 6 forwards all at centre-half forward.
Burton lays it down. They've been pretty good in the centre square. Harris quickly onto him. The Bombers.
Just looking at those numbers there too, Wallsy, they actually pushed their winger forward and the back flanker came down to the centre wing, so they had 7 in the forward line then.
Haven't got a player in their forward 50, the Kangaroos.
That's where Motlop will come into his own if they can kick it over that space into that old Pagan's paddock, which Carey used to love. That's a good view of it there. Motlop's the foot pace player who'll be expected to run back into it.
Gee, Archie was strong on Blumfield there, who tried to put the tackle on him. Burton winning the taps around the ground at the moment. Carosella overran it. Motlop just too strong. The handball, high tackle, free kick. Stevens took his head off.
This is where Corey's got to stand up here. He's ahead of the play here. The only large target. Severio's drifted into the pocket.
And he's got him, but he's a long way out, isn't he? He's 2 Severio. Rocker kicks out. Lines one up. Can McKernan take one? Couldn't. Ball out. Sinclair can kick a goal. He's missed the lot.
He went for the banana on the run and he actually hit the wrong side of the ball, chastising himself there. Also, Spider at Burton took the pack down with him there. They should have left McKernan one out. He's hit the wrong side completely.
Yep. Tell you what, 1 goal to the Kangaroos here makes a big difference to this game. They're just creeping within some sort of striking distance, aren't they?
Yes, you've got to admire the Kangaroos because they looked shot in that first quarter, but they haven't given up.
So Masudi, Alessio, Cochrane, Carosella, Clayton, back to Rawlings. Didn't get it, but he got it through the fingers of Johnson. Some good body work there by Grant. Archer, high tackle, no free kick, back to Grant. Clever kick to centre half forward. Little push not paid. Solomon so good at the back. Geez, a player to Blumfield. They're away, there's a panic. Streams down the wing. Has he got enough on the kick? Lucas, ball at the back. Mark Johnson, terrific stuff coming from Motlop firstly. Then Colbert, some rebound here to Rocker.
Corey go.
Can't waste it. McKernan, oh, one hand, gee.
Poor kick though.
It was, had to stretch him. Johnson gets around.
He was on railway tracks then, Corey, wasn't he? Ran straight past him.
Centre wing, boundary thrown. Gee, they've had 2 chances, the Kangaroos here. Sinclair running into an open goal.
Yep.
And they really should have done better there.
Yeah, there was a poor delivery by Severio.
Barnard, or John Barnes, has called Alessio up to do this contest.
So, back to centre wing. Stevens, been very good. Grant's been really good as well. They've been their 2 burrows, haven't they, that have got the possessions. Archer having some sort of impact now.
Chip.
Little chip kick. McKernan, still McKernan. Will he use Rawlings?
Kick the goal.
He's wobbled a point.
See, when Archer got the ball there on the boundary, he was just in front of us. He looked up and there was nobody in the goal square.
Yeah, John Barnes has dropped back for the Bombers. He's playing that loose man in defence.
Well, the zone's not up real quick here. They're going to pierce right through it here, the Bombers.
It's a great kick. He was on the ball, Dermot. kick by Mark Johnson. Boy, they went from one end to the other in a hurry, didn't they?
And Fletcher's kick was just magnificent. They'll get another short pass going here.
Barnard to McVeigh.
That is purely the adherence to the team plan by the forwards, not getting into the zone for the kick in quickly enough.
Well, Dustin Fletcher, what a wonderful kick. He has actually passed that ball 65 metres.
Good running too by this kid, McVeigh.
Kevin Sheedy doesn't want to wait for the goal umpires to wave the flag. We know now why, with Fletcher grabbing it like that. McVeigh's kick is a good one. Gee, they had their chances there, the Kangaroos. They had 5 minutes where they controlled the footy.
Well, they're labouring their goals, the Kangaroos, aren't they? And that just comes so fluently.
It's probably the cleanest bit of play of the night, wasn't it, from one end to the other?
Really admire Barnard. I think as a league footballer, he's just improved out of sight over the last couple of years.
It's matured, hasn't he? So back to a 5-goal game here. 10-5. McVeigh's third quarter goal. Backhanded by Barnes. Masidi, Blumfield, Simpson. Good skating effort. Then tries to get it up, but the numbers are with the Bombers. Johnson to Lloyd. Lloyd way out at half forward. Bangs to centre half forward. Colbert just couldn't get off the ground there. Lucas's handball coughed up to Blakey. Bangs away, gets a bit on the torpedo into the heart of the centre. Oh, big fly came from Ramanauskas. Solomon, I should say, no mark. Barnes pushes forward. Motlop didn't take it cleanly, gets a second crack. Little give okay. Make peace out wide to Rawlings. Had a poor opening turn, trying to make amends. Kicks to half forward. Grant, Johnson all over him. Ball comes out the back. Henneman takes on Grant and gets it to Fletcher. Fletcher's kick to centre wing. And Masidi running hard marks it. Another long, probing, accurate kick from Fletcher. And another very good kick from Masidi to Blumfield. They are so clean at the moment. Back to Lucas. Lucas bends his back. Goes to Alessio. Second grab. Couldn't quite. Ball in the front. Pickett. Well played. To Burton. Someone will feed off him. They do. It's Rawlings starting to get a touch or two. Gee, Grant's hopelessly outnumbered here. Ball comes to ground. Johnson away. And finds McVeigh having a pretty good match. Neat kick. Lloyd. Still Lloyd. To Jason Johnson. Running hard. Then straightens up. Sees an open goal square. Pickett should get back. Running away. And wasted in the end.
And Barnard not all that impressed with that kick because he gave the lead to the pocket. It was ignored.
Wolsey, McCartney's done a pretty good job on Lloyd.
He has, and Lloyd's had to be moved out to half forward. He's actually kick chasing a bit now.
So Burton on Alessio, right forward pocket. The Bombers deep in attack. Hurd. Haven't seen him all through the pre-season, or doubts whether he'd play, but he had a very competent first half with the goal.
When the Kangaroos win the ball at half forward, they're probably better off just getting into their mind, which is not a great way to play footy, but for this setup, to look sideways straight off because there's nothing ahead of them each time.
Blumfield over the top. Chance for Barnard. Can he get back? Tackle on him and pushing the back against Pickett.
Bit exuberant, wasn't he?
He's a bit frustrated, Byron Pickett, because Barnard has just taken him away from the action. Look, sometimes they play it, sometimes they don't.
Yep, you just ask for consistency on the one night.
Gee, Matthew Lloyd's getting the boos from the crowd, isn't he? I think that's a bit unfair.
Yeah, they're giving him a raspberry every time he goes near it with the Shannon Watt incident, which looked... well, it was a nasty result in the end, but it looked completely innocent from Lloyd's point of view. Barnard from 25 metres.
He's a good kid.
Very careful and slots it through for his second.
Well, he's presented well, Barnard, hasn't he? He led into the pocket before. You called it Wolsey. He was pretty irate that the kick didn't originally go to him about 2 minutes ago. And he's just hunting up the ball.
He's adding a dimension to his game, isn't he? I mean, he was a one-dimensional footballer when he started, but suddenly he's got a few tricks.
He has. When he started with the Hawks term, he's pretty rough and ready.
Oh, yeah.
So the lead blows out to 6 goals, the big margin of the match. I think they led by 38 points actually at the 23-minute mark of the first term, so they're closing in on that. 36 points here. Just don't know where the Kangaroos can hurt them at the moment. On the field or on the scoreboard. Burton couldn't get an effective handball away. Blumfield, good hassling by the Bombers. Johnson, and again hassling there from Stevens. Can't get to his left side. He does now, and then hooks it to centre half forward. McKernan front,
Well
spot,
done.
got it. Is that his first big mark in the 50 tonight? Probably, isn't it?
Taken 4 marks. Can't remember him taking one inside 50 because he hasn't had a definite shot on goal, has he? Needs this one. Yeah, first mark inside 50.
His only shot at goal was a snap from the pocket in the second quarter on the angle where he made a bit of a mess of it. Well, they just got to get all of these. They're not going to get too many chances, you reckon? They've got to score them all. 45 metres out.
He likes it.
It's a goal. They all help. I said that earlier, didn't I, with Archer, but they all help.
Yes, they've been working pretty hard, the Kangaroos. I'm pleased that they got that goal because their work rate you couldn't fault. They've been attacking the footy. They've been getting as much of it as the Bombers, but they've just fallen down in that forward line.
Stevens got it forward with his 19th possession. He's been fantastic in the middle of the ground. Danny Jacobs coming on.
(6-5 to 11-5). McKernan's first goal brings the margin to 30 points.
Fletcher's moved over onto McKernan.
Barnes goes early on Burton, and then Simpson just gets one out. Rawlings didn't take it cleanly. Sinclair, Solomon to go hard with him. Sinclair may go off the ground. Gee, Solomon's quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's strong. Got the handball away. Daniel Harris's handball to Rawlings.
Look out.
Oh, taken off him by Lucas. Rawlings' second effort good. McCurry's handball. McVeigh missed it. Good passage of play here. Harris pushes it out. Makepeace pushed in the back, I thought. Not paid. And then Colbert gets a high one. Play on called. And the Bombers all over the top of him, ball up.
And wasn't it a great passage of play? We just had players attacking the football. They were getting knocked over left, right and centre, but eyes on the ball all the way. And that's what makes it a great game.
Still a place for bang crash footy in this day and age, isn't there?
Yeah, bash and crash, nothing wrong with that.
Scotty Lucas trying to drive his head into the ground.
Burton's height advantage over the top. Jason Johnson has been good. Kicks to half forward, Lloyd and McCartney. McCartney will force to the line, and he does.
He's clever there.
Just reckon the Bombers might be a bit top-heavy up forward with Alessio there. They've got Lloyd, Lucas, Barnard, who's a tall player, James Hurd. Dipper, you might let us know who's on the bench who could go forward and play in that smaller role.
Scott Moorcroft to come on, haven't they? Could be utilised.
He'd be the perfect one in terms of
A little get-about.
Yeah, the ability to impact.
In fact, Moorcroft, I don't think he's had a possession, hardly been on. Yeah, Rioli, Moorcroft. Just reckon it might be time for a change.
They have found goals hard to get. I mean, there were 7 goals 20 minutes into the first quarter, now they're 11. So they've struggled to kick goals, the Bombers. They've always been in control of the match. Hurd's kick doesn't go far. Oh, but Carosello was able to run onto it. He's kicking from about 50, 52.
He'll go close. If he has a shot, he'll go close.
Good move by Sheedy, isn't it, to put Carousella over onto Clayton, because Clayton gets by himself, but he'll have to worry more about his direct opponent, Carousella, now.
Got Lloyd. Just slipped McCartney in the end. I think perseverance.
And McCartney would be disappointed with that. He's got a bit of an ankle injury, McCartney. But good play by Carousella. He held onto the footy, didn't panic, just waited and waited.
He tried to protect the middle of the ground there, Jason McCartney, and left too much space between himself, the middle of the ground on his left, and Lloyd on his right. He just doubled back and came out on the 45-degree lead.
Kicked the first goal of the match, Lloyd. This to give the Bombers a 6-goal lead once again. Looks good off the boot, he's got it.
Well, the crowds have been giving it to Lloydie. It was definitely accidental, the injury to Shannon Watt. I think what the crowd are remembering was there was a Not a nasty action, but it was an unfair action where he dragged him down by the shirt collar. That was always a free. The injury resulted from that, but he did very well. They're just cleverness here, watch. And recognises he's got a chance to duck out. Probably saw that McCartney turned his head and looked upfield there and bought himself a half-second to lead.
Just watching Smoke and Joe Mercedes in at the centre bounce. He's just giving direction and advice to Barnes, Johnson, Blumfield.
A little bit of touch of the heads there.
Lloyd and McCartney just having a bit of a chat after that goal.
Oh, friendly stuff.
Burton. Stevens' kick went the wrong way, but fortuitously landed with Simpson to centre half forward. Wellman belts away from McKernan. Solomon's been terrific. Out wide to Mercedes. Back to Ramanauskas. And then measures the kick to Wellman at half-back. Wanted to go, then points out to the umpire that there's the mark. And then stabs it along the boundary line. Mercury, not quite out cold, but it is now. How's Winston Abraham travelling, Dipper?
Well, Bruce, he's got a knock on the medial ligament there, and they don't know exactly what is wrong with it until tomorrow, but the body language shows that he's in a lot of pain, and well, hopefully it's not 2 or 3 weeks for him.
Yeah, the head there looked like he was taking a nap then for a second.
I think he's doing it pretty hard at the moment.
It's a bit of an embarrassment, wasn't it, running on like that?
Disappointing pre-season with the injury. Simpson goes to centre half forward. Rocker was a flyer, so was McKernan. No one at the back though. Mark Johnson.
Good boy.
Fletcher to Jacobs. Blumfield runs very hard for him and he delivers. So Blumfield at centre wing. They're on here, the Bombers. Ramanauskas go, rather Solomon, 48 metres out. Charges to goal and misses.
Good play by Matthew Lloyd. He protected Solomon. He really got his body in line there, and McCartney could have killed Solomon, but he just blocked his run. Well done.
So it did pretty well then to disguise it too. Just stood there, didn't really give the shepherd, just placed the body there and said to McCartney, you've got to go around me.
So Pickett with the...
He's got the big spider.
Oh, he's 3-on-1 if he doesn't get it. 3-on-2.
Barnes from the side. Carousel able to make the contest. Chip coming. Well done, Clayton. Oh, Grant. Stevens. Out wide. Motlop hasn't quite got it. He's had moments tonight. Cochrane's been reasonable to centre half forward. Rocker Fletcher doing well back there. Barnes had an airy really. Fletcher to Carosella. Covering some ground at the moment. Carosella touches it down. Delivers cleverly into the heart of the centre square.
Well, they are too big in the forward line now, the Kangaroos. They can't apply pressure to the Essendon backman bringing the ball out.
Ramanauskas wide to Lucas. And Lucas just goes and finds Mercury. Got him. Will he go short, do you think?
There's a fair chance.
Yeah, he could make the distance, but if he can short it, he'll short it.
They've left a gap there. Pull away out of it. Barnard fills it now. He'll be screaming at him, get out of there.
Tries it short. Oh,
It has to be something that they've just worked and worked over summer on, because every time a player gets it just around the 50 or outside, they wait, they don't panic, and they just wait for the lead to come.
I think they recognise too that Mercury's got the best skills to give that kick, and when he's there, it's on.
10th mark of Blumfield's. He's a good player. Should have put him in the 50.
I thought you did.
Heffernan.
so about 48 metres out. Low, is he going to make it? No. Mark taken by Burt.
Her coming off, Rioli back on.
He might just sit there for a second, James. He's up the field from this one. There he is in the top shot. Top of screen near the runners.
Blakey. Rocker. Almost. Second go. Going to be paid, actually. Good kick, Cochrane. Alessio had sweated on him. I reckon Cochrane was off there. He might have got him, actually.
Last year, that was almost a 50 metres.
Cochrane to centre half forward. McKernan. Wellman. Well done by Jacobs to push forward. And then Masiti cut off by Colbert. Went to ground. No free kick. And then Clayton just gets it out. Shannon Grant bangs it onto the boot. Motlop puts his hands up with the lights in his eyes, and then Sinclair cleverly, can he do something better this time with the kick? It's close, it'll be a goal, I reckon. Was it touched? It was. Hurd got back.
Well, he was coming off the ground and thought he'd stay on for that play.
Saved a goal.
He'll get it again here. They love giving it to him.
Gee, it wasn't pretty, but it was going through, wasn't it?
Yeah, desperate effort.
She touched it on the second go, Hurd. He missed the first one, didn't he? He was a bit fortuitous, but A for effort, as always. Back to Hurd. To Johnson, Jason. Short to Mercury. Oh, has to search, gets around, doesn't panic. Lovely kick. Lucas, just went to ground. Touch slippery, running hard was Jacobs. Back to Mercury. Harris able to stop him. To Lucas, broke the tackle, does give the handball. Strolling in Bolton for goal. First kick, drills it. Where did he come from? Off the interchange, for the first time.
Barnard led from the square and he ended up on the end of his lead outside 50, and that created so much space right through the middle that there's hardly anybody inside 50 coming at the players. You see McVeigh wander in there, but now this whole forward line's open. Nobody coming at him. See, only one player, Alessio, back there. Barnard's taken his opponent out.
Good play by Lucas to get that handball out too.
Did you get the feeling he was going to have a shot?
Oh, yes.
The eyes lit up for a moment, didn't they?
He loves the goal, and there's nothing wrong with that.
James is off. Sir James. I think Blumfield's having a rest on the bench too. He's run pretty hard, Blumfield. I wouldn't mind seeing how his plot would go tonight for running.
So double the score now, 84 to 42. Stevens round the corner, just nothing back there. And if McKernan doesn't mark it a rocker, there's
gone.
There's nothing
It's
left.
the deck, and I don't think they've crumbed one ball up there that's been the target of those two. That's a great grab.
That's a great mark.
They certainly test the collarbone then.
Yes, for Rioli. In short to Barnes.
Good lead.
It's a good kick to Barnes. Just didn't quite get it, Lloyd. Well done, McCartney. Stevens kept his nut down, as you knew he would, and tries to conjure something up. He had nowhere to go. Mercury, he'll conjure something up into the centre. Harris at the back. Struggled to find the foot he hasn't since quarter time, but a lot of effort. Carosella cleverly over the top. McVeigh tried to wait it. Lloyd pushing forward. Harris got a high tackle. No free kick. Comes
Good
out to
umpiring.
Blakey.
Good umpiring.
Blakey in short to Archer.
He's only got Sav.
Fletcher with him. Smoking Joe. His work rate's still high. Can he find Rioli? Beautiful hands, Rioli. Went to ground. Must be just a bit slippery there for the moment. Quite a few players.
Yeah, very dewy there, Bruce. He's got moulders on, that's why he slipped.
Thanks, Dipper. Fletcher to Barnes.
He's kicking on his left foot all night.
Interesting, Alessio at the back. Stevens to mop up. Will he use Pickett? A bounce. He hasn't got anywhere to go. He's in a bit of strife here. He had to draw the man.
He'll have to come back.
To Grant. May find the target out wide. Did. Harris, good mark.
Hold it up, son.
He's done enough, hasn't he?
He's got a bit of going in, this kid, hasn't he?
Kick to centre wing. Burton makes the contest against Alessio. Could not take it. Didn't get a kick away. Slung off it. Alessio's topo to Jason Johnson. Terrific handball to Solomon. Low. Good contest. Lloyd charges at it. Can't take it. Blakey wants the boundary line, I feel. Little give okay. And then Grant. Oh, Lloyd did well to bring it forward. Nearly snared it off him.
He's playing with a lot of aggression, and I think that's terrific that you've got a forward who's making sure that the ball's not going to be taken away easily. No doubt he's had to think about that over summer, Dermot.
Yep.
He's just a bigger model every year, isn't he?
He is.
He's bigger, stronger, and he's got so many tricks to his game. Jason Johnson, free kick. Held on to.
Just get the feeling they're starting to break away. They've been very good, the Kangaroos, with limited resources, but you just get the feeling that Essendon's going to break away.
No doubt about that.
Solomon down behind playing. John Barnes giving him, out of shot at the moment, giving him some stretching exercises.
There we are.
There you go. Bit of teamwork.
The mind boggles as Johnson from 20 metres out kicks their 14th. And And they are away, aren't they? I mean, it was 4 goals a few minutes ago. Well, a few minutes ago, I guess a few minutes into this quarter, but it's been all the Bombers in the latter half of this third term.
And a couple of free kicks gone against Byron Pickett down there in that forward pocket. Yes. Spider Burton off the field, and young Drew Petrie, he's come on. He's lining up at centre half forward. McKernan to do the ruck work.
It's a lopsided scoreboard now, isn't it? 6-6 to 14-6. Gee, McKernan misses. Masidi doesn't. To Barnes. Vision. To Moorcroft, who has just come on. Clever kick to the pocket.
Ooh.
He's
scored at 50. Well, I don't know what you do with Byron at the moment. He's a superb player, but he's having a dirty night now. Whether you just get him up the ground and say, be creative, because they're chopping him up in and around the goal square. He wants to read the long incoming ball, playing off his opponent. And whoever's got the job on him, whoever is playing on Byron, has got the instructions, lead, and he will drop off and look for the longer kick under pressure. Just lead him up and we'll kick it to you.
So another one.
Well, there's the first pill. Up into the second tier of the Great Southern Stand for the year.
Kicked 3 goals in 5 minutes here to absolutely blow the game away. And Barnard's last 2 efforts here at the MCG, 4 in the grand final, now 3 to 9.
See, he got away that early. He was actually stopped. He was actually stationary by the time he got it. And Choppy Pickett tries to make up that ground. Frustrated too when he got there because he knew he'd done wrong.
Kevin Shetty always swore by that trade with Paul Salmon, with Barnard and Wellman. They are still going, aren't they?
Oh, look, I think it's one of those things like, you know, Barnes and Denham when they originally swapped from Geelong and the Bombers. Both teams had a win out of it.
Schwartz and Grant.
Yeah.
Sydney and North.
Yeah.
Looks like Scotty Lucas out there on the wing. Rioli moved into the forward line, so they're a little bit smaller. I like that.
Gee, Dennis Pagan's got to be in damage control at 3/4 time, doesn't he? I mean, it's 9 goals. It could get very ugly here.
You don't want to be sitting on the bottom just for even 1 week.
Motlop forward. Did they just scrounge a goal late? Jacobs to Mark Johnson. Out wide. Gee, Masidi, he just is a collector, isn't he?
Yes, he just dictates play. Plays on his terms.
Short to Jacobs.
That Ansett Cup form's gone out the window, hasn't it?
Well, let's see how Port and Brisbane go tomorrow night. That might blow it out forever. But, well, the Bombers were 0-3. They have won 38 of their last 41 matches in the home and away season and finals. It's not a bad effort. And they're going to win another one here. They're going to win another one here because they're 9 goals in front at 3/4 time. They kicked 6 goals to 2 in that quarter. And any chance that the Kangas had is blown out the water. It's 54 points at 3/4 time, and we're going to leave you at 3/4 time with one of the great moments from Sevens, 45 years of McKernan in the ruck.
Yes, and again, Pickett dragged back to the goal square by Barnard, and players will do that to him all season because they just think that Pickett just reads the play a little bit too much, doesn't play tight enough, so he better get used to it.
Hurd on the bench. Dennis looked at the scoreboard as he walked off. I think he thought 54 points. If we can beat that at the end, that's not a bad result from here.
So can they make any inroads at all, or will it be the Bombers away? Their average winning margin in their last 4 games is 58 points against the Kangaroos. Carosella off the ground, and it finds the line. So I wonder if Hurd will sit this last quarter out. Has he done enough, do you think?
I think Kevin Sheedy would love to think that he wouldn't have to bring him back on, Bruce, because he said before the game 70, 80 minutes would be enough for him. He's done that.
Blumfield with him too, who's had such a big match. So Petrie getting his chance here against Alessio. Little toe poke came from Alessio. Clever by the Bombers. Out the back, through the tunnel to Jason Johnson to full forward. Barnard, Pickett went to ground. Lloyd off the ground, a goal. Another one.
I think the intention there for Matthew was just a little toe poke forward where he could have a second crack at it. And lo and behold, when you're running hot, when things are working for your team, the toe poke went through for a goal. Good body work here.
He was good, Barnard, wasn't he?
Yes, he's just setting that up for another lash, isn't he?
When you kick 109 at the end of the year, you don't remember all of them, do you? It's like golf. As long as they go in.
You got a feel for the ball around the goals if you've kicked over 100 in the season.
Well, his first goal tonight was very clever too, around the corner.
Bombers have got Bolton in at the centre square bounce. I think that's terrific. Big Alessio doing the ruck work.
Barnes at centre half forward.
So Bolton 23 in the firing line there. Johnson out of the centre. Jason Johnson's had another good match. And Carosella, this is going to get ugly, isn't it, the last quarter? The scoreboard is going to blow out.
Well, he's not terribly good overhead, Blake Carosella, but he's a whole lot better than Clayton. He'll watch the ball, whereas Clayton gets a bit lost above his head, so he might pull in another one or two before this quarter's over. Beautiful kick as a set shot as well.
Kicked 3 goals in the opening half of the grand final. And it's got there, I think.
Well, that was a good move by Sheedy, because when Clayton came on in the second quarter, he was given too much room and no respect by his direct opponents. He swapped Carosella over onto him, and that forces Clayton to seize up his running game, but he's too good for him in the air.
Interesting, at the centre bounce, we see Scotty Lucas on the wing, and then he pushes forward. He just swings around on that left boot, and they've got Rioli, Moorcroft up in the forward line, so they just keep mixing it up.
He's good running at goals, Lucas, isn't he?
Well, they're out to 66 points. 58 points was their average winning margin of their last 4 games, as we said at the start of this quarter. They've kicked the last 6 goals of the match. I think without a miss too, the Bombers have been pretty accurate. 17-6. Harris away to half forward, and Rocker's taken the mark.
That was good spotting up there by Harris. That's a clever kick, because it would have been so easy just to blaze away long to the front of the square, but Severio gave a lead out that way and utilised him. He's within range.
Taken 7 marks, Sav. He's earned his money tonight.
But needs to kick these, Robert. I mean, he just has to finish with 2 or 3 or 4. He's got to make the use of every time he gets within scoring range, and he's within range now. Not an easy kick. He's 52 metres out. There's a fair angle. Is it coming back? It's a good kick off the boot, but it's going to be a behind.
He's had to come up to half forward, Severio, to get kicks like that, and he's always going to struggle if he's around half forward. If he can be a true full forward from the square, he'll kick goals for you in this type of leading form.
Sir Abraham looking on a moment ago. Fletcher straight down the middle. McKernan, one hand. He's not having a good night. Johnson took the handful from Mercedes. Kicks to half forward. Barnard. Boy.
Got to give that one up, Wolsey.
Yes, it's just not good enough, the effort of Corey McKernan's there. Unopposed, one hand up, just not good enough.
Well, that's 2 senior players in the one passage of play. McKernan, who should have grabbed 2 hands on the ball, and Pickett just fell off the back of his opponent, Barnard, yet again.
Saw the Bombers do this in the third quarter. Fletcher kick in, immediately it just swung straight into the forward 50. They kicked a goal. Might happen again.
He's learnt some tricks, this old dog, over the last couple of years, Barnard, as he kicks to full forward and just pushing for a behind, but he's having another very good match.
Good avenues to goal tonight, the Dons as well. 11 players have kicked goals.
Kangaroos runner out to Corey McKernan.
Well, he'll get the next kick down the wing here, well directed to him at least.
He's up, didn't take the mark, brought it to ground.
Get up.
Harris, still Harris, pushes out to Stevens. He's had plenty of it, Stevens. Kicks to the Motlop direction. Ramanaskas, well done at the back. Alessio away to Johnson, to Solomon. So strong in the tackle, but he might cough this one up. Free kick possibly to Johnson. Being crunched by Shannon Grant. Advantage, no? Yeah, advantage given here. Eventually to Fletcher. It'll be dangerous here, you'd reckon.
He'll get
2
it
bounces.
again, Barnard, if he kicks it to him.
Up and under to full forward. Lloyd, free
Watch
kick.
the ball.
And
Free
again, Jason McCartney, eyes off the footy, just to see where Lloyd was. As soon as you do that, you're dead in the water.
You could see, not the fear in terms of a manly aspect, but the fear of McCartney saying, oh no, it's going to him, he's got me done in positioning here.
And really, if he just kept his eyes on the footy and attacked the ball either with a fist or a marking effort, Lloyd wouldn't have got that.
He had 2 options there. He had Barnard a lead straight at him, who he just needed to pop it out in front of him, or Lloyd, who'd done his opponent for position in the middle of the ground.
Going for a 4th goal. slotting it through.
Now, McCartney's been pretty good. I reckon he's done all right tonight. He's made a couple of those critical errors, but that's just watching the man taking... Well, a good player will do that to your psyche, but he could end up with 6 against his name here.
Yeah.
The way they're bringing the ball in here, a little bit of a gate opens in terms of the damn wall.
It's something that Matthew Lloyd often does. He can only have 1 or 2 goals up to three-quarter time, but he just works his way through right to the end.
Just a nick over the eye for Moorcroft, so he's off for the blood draw. Hasn't seen much on-field time tonight. Hurd still there with John Quinn.
1 possession to Moorcroft.
And Blundfield on the ground for Moorcroft.
He'd let James go in and get stripped now, wouldn't he?
Well, he's not going to be needed, is he? Masidi, Jason Johnson, Dylan Smith's got him, and it's holding the footy.
It's been good, this kid.
Well, maybe not this one as good as Harris, do you think?
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. But I mean, the way they've applied themselves, he's laid a few tackles tonight.
Well done, Alessio, because Sav almost had it. Ball comes to ground. Petrie tries. Whirlman on top of him. Cochrane over the top, ball up.
Yeah, Harris has definitely been the better player, but I'm just impressed with both of them. In a team that's going down convincingly, they've both really applied themselves and laid a few tackles.
After a flat patch, the Bombers have really come back, haven't they? So no premiership hangover here.
No.
Rocker belts it out to space. Grant coming in, Mercury. Well done to Masidi. Archer tackle was strong. Back to Grant. Back inside to Petrie. Free kick, I think, to Grant. Is it high against Mark Johnson? In fact, is he going on to... This is interesting. I'm not sure.
Well, Archer doesn't want to get reversed here. But
Is Andrew Coates going to report him?
yeah, he's definitely going to report him. Not that I didn't see the incident. I was watching the ball at the time, but he's trying to get around the back of Mark Johnson.
Just the body language suggests he is, isn't it?
Yeah, he's making a bit. He's going to make the theatrical walk around the back here. Yes, there he goes. As if you don't know it by now.
You seem as if you know a bit about that, too.
Oh, yeah. I used to say to them, why do you have to walk around there? You know it. You've taken it before on many occasions.
So what do you think of it?
Look, according to the way the night grand final went, yeah, they're probably due to take that one, but I wouldn't
Is it that
think...
grey charging area?
Yeah, it is very grey. It's look, how do you term that? They just don't want contact to the head. But having said that, 5 years ago you'd send the runner out and say, "Good hard play, son." Let's have a look again. Comes through. I reckon that's tucked in. I reckon that's well and truly tucked in.
I think he'll be okay.
Yep, I reckon he's off that.
Shannon Grant from about 45 metres out. He's kicked it, I think. It's a good kick, it's a goal.
We're making up the tribunal decisions as well now.
Oh, I was going to say.
Mr. Sunbury, there he is, Mark Johnson. He's trying to look up at the scoreboard to have a look at it on replay.
It's a good kick from Grant. Grant's been all right, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had a bit of the ball too.
Yes, you look at his stats, I think it's 16 kicks and 8 handballs. He's just worked his way through the game.
Well, they're coming in dribs and drabs, the Kangaroo goals now. They've crawled to 7. Grant 24 possessions and a goal as the Bombers go to half forward. Kick around the body. It's Grant again, so up to 25. He and Stevens, the big posse getters for the Kangaroos. And a ball in.
Good pace by Rioli to bring in Shannon Motlop. That came from a different angle, but still had a bit of toe there.
It's a much finer version from this time last year, Dean Rioli.
Oh yeah, he had the big V8 body around him last year, didn't he?
Front spot Alessio, Petrie at the back. Simpson just got out of it all right. Now Grant's got to look up and run hard here. Jacobs with him. Jacobs pushes forward and handballs to Masidi. 60 metres out, run down, good tackle Smith. The advantage given. Blakey.
If they can spot Archer, they've got to go long to him.
Can he get it with the leg? No, not far enough. Johnson overran it, Mark Johnson. And Archer, boundary throw.
Just pretty tough road ahead for the Kangaroos. They're going to be beaten pretty easily tonight, and then they've got 3 games on the road. They go up to the Gabba, they then play in Sydney, and then down to Shell Stadium. So they've got the job in front of them.
And for how long without the King?
Haven't missed a final series under Dennis Pagan. 8 long years. This looks like being his toughest test, and he's had quite a few and overcome them in the past. Johnson's kick to centre wing. Harris stood his ground and he's won a free kick. So these 2 18-year-olds continuing to do pretty well here. Petrie being the 3rd one.
Pretty static, isn't it? Not much flow through, run through from behind there.
McKernan unable to take the mark. Colbert went to ground. Bombers out of defence in a hurry. McCartney and also Lloyd. Back to Simpson. Was going to give it off, then thought better of it. Good kick round the body. Gets to Harris at half-back, almost to centre wing. Just a bit up and under. Oh, Mark Johnson's nearly taken a beauty. Handball comes back to Fletcher. Really plays as a sweeper, doesn't he, in the soccer mould. Kicks to centre wing. This is where Byron normally likes it, or he's having a dirty one. To Barnard from Barnes, 50 metres out. Caresses it through for another one. His 4th. Well, he's a great player, Byron Pickett. He's a dasher, but he's having one of those dirty nights that all good players have at some stage in their career.
Like a cavalier batsman, isn't he? He'll play shots, and you're always a chance to get him out, like this shot he plays here.
His confidence is shot there. He didn't attack the footy. I reckon it's time to put him up on the wing or put him up on the forward line. Just give him a chance to finish the game on a good note.
Moorcroft's on the ground at the expense of Johnny Barnes now, and I think they'll kick plenty more goals with another little man up there, a little bit more pace up in the forward line.
Is he hurt, Barnes?
No, he ran off, he sprinted off. Seems to have a little bit of a limp.
Just gives Alessio a good chance to get some fitness and form playing in the ruck.
So 12 goals again the margin, 72 points. Good chance that the Bombers, who've been on top of the table, I think, for a record number of weeks, are going to be there again after round 1. It's going to take a pretty big win somewhere to knock them off the top. 7 games to go, I know, but they're going to have a massive victory here and keep the Kangaroos to a low score. Colbert dribbles it inside. Smith gets a high tackle, doesn't get a free kick, comes back out. A bit slow motion mark taken by Rocker.
Now he's got nothing to lose here by just putting up an absolute barrel and a half here. Open goal square, kick it top, Severio.
Goes drop punt, doesn't get it.
That's a good pass.
And over the line, boundary throwing.
Second grab over the outside.
Jess Sinclair, just watching him play tonight, he's had 50 games with the Dockers. I've got no doubt Dennis Pagan will make him a better footballer. Just got a few little habits there that just need correcting.
Alessio, McKernan, ball at the back. Toe poke from Mark Johnson. Back to Stevens. Jason Johnson, well done, Shannon Grant. Good kick, actually, but unluckily for him, Jacobs was back there, and now the Bombers are away. Lucas Paddock here, he decides to go to Rioli. He can turn a man inside out, Rioli. Decides back to Lucas. Wasn't a great handball. Lucas just had to stop, just a fraction. Well done, Sinclair, to put the pressure on, and then Petrie hoping for the line. Doesn't quite get it. Alessio keeps it in. Handball to Rioli, and just gets his kick away to centre half forward. Well done, Blakey. Quick kick by Grant, who keeps on racking up possessions. Jacobs to Fletcher. Fletcher's got Barnard, goes inside. Little kick was cute. Johnson turns around, sizes it up, gets around one man, goes for goal and drills it home. Good stuff. He's a very good footballer, this bloke. So's the bloke, Fletcher, in front of him.
Well, just this fella's been terrific at fullback again. He's enjoying his football. Not only does he pass it to Johnson, he then says run on and kick a goal. And he does.
He's recognised now that Severio's no real threat to him because the ball's not coming in a fashion which Severio can win it, so he's taking the risks now.
So Fletcher doing it at all ends. They're doing some damage to the Kangaroos here now, aren't they? It's going to be a long way back from round 1, you reckon?
I said that when he walked off at three-quarter time, Dennis. He looked at the board, 54 points, and he probably thought that'll be a good result if we only lose by that.
Clever work, Rioli there. He just held Sinclair off, didn't he? And then he accelerated. Lloyd on the burst. Got him.
Well, you'd love to know how many marks the Bombers have taken inside their forward 50. There would be plenty. And they've just set each other
Now
up.
here's the double vision. Watch for Lloyd here. This is what he's thinking. Trying to get away, and he gets away easily.
Yes, and you only need to get a yard or two on your opponent when the ball's delivered as well as it has been. The skill level of the Essendon team is first rate.
Played to the outside there, didn't he, of the spine of the ground. And knew that he had space out on his right. A little nudge on his opponent, McCartney, and then he set off.
G5's going to be a good return if he gets it, because he had one halfway through the third quarter. Just keeps working away, doesn't he? Might have just missed, I think, for a behind.
Well, the Bombers are going to win every quarter, and that's the best way to win a game of football.
You mentioned Sinclair before. When he attacked, I think it was Alessio on the outer wing, he just needed to bottle him up, corral him. He's just a little bit too bull at a gate sometimes on the tackle.
He's just a bit raw.
Yep.
Plenty of go in him, though. I think he'll be a player.
There's a time when you've got to work out like that, tackle to really try and put the physical pressure on someone, and sometimes you have to think tackle to contain someone. Now, if he's meant that, that's a brilliant kick.
It's like Pickett's kick earlier tonight.
Yes.
Oh, was it Pickett? I'm trying to remember. It was.
I think it was.
Or
was it Stevens?
Pickett to Blakey, remember?
Yeah,
There's,
yeah, it was too.
Abraham, who could have a serious knee injury. We're not sure. He was unlikely to play early in the week, and surprisingly selected and lasted about a minute, came off the interchange, ran into Hurd, gave away 50 and went off the ground with what could be a serious knee injury.
Let's hope the best for him.
Now we've got some players obviously out for the Kangaroos tonight, but young Harris has been terrific tonight. He's really stood up against the might of this invincible Bomber side.
Yeah, good one, Dipper. Since round 8 of 1999, the Bombers have now won 39 out of 42 games. It's an amazing performance. 3 losses only in all that time in 42 matches. One of those losses came to Carlton by a point, one to Port Adelaide in Adelaide, and the other one, oh, that's cheap, last year to the Bulldogs, as they just roll it forward to Remenauskas.
That is real cheek, Wallsy. Handballing to a man who's full tilt running, and a half metre between him and his opponent. Watch this. There you go. And, oh, look, Clayton pulled off the back of him then.
And the cheers for Dustin Fletcher, who's left the ground, replaced by John Barnes.
Best and fairest last year, Fletcher, starting off in great style again. Remenauskas has a great kick, straight through. Well, what are we seeing here? We're seeing a great team just going right on with it again, or are we seeing the demise of a football club in terms of their ability to be really competitive at the top end?
Look, I think the 85-point margin at the moment, Wallsy, but they're a lot better than their pre-season form suggests. But I really think if somebody had been totally up tonight to play the Bombers, they'd have taken it right up to them, made a close game. The Kangaroos really have slipped back a notch here tonight. Yeah. Undermanned.
Well, it would be a dejected, disappointed, and a pensive bench there. So much to think about after this game. Really going to give a lot of teams a big start after tonight, aren't they? Their percentage will be poor.
Yeah.
Not sure who can come back to go up to the Gabba. It'll be Brisbane's first home game for the season next week when the Kangaroos go up there.
Just think of their senior players. Archer really hasn't played well tonight. McKernan hasn't played well. Stevens has worked really hard. And Mickey Martin in the picture there. Well, obviously they desperately need Mick back at full back.
Yeah, they had 4 of their best 5 last year from the best and fairest not playing tonight, including Bell, who went to Fremantle.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, Colbert has just gone tonight. I think he's tried hard. He's been very brave, but he's not in form.
Stevens and Grant have been the 2 that have got the ball a lot, haven't they?
Simpson's the other one you could just about put into that bracket of the other boys tonight, and he hasn't really had a big night either.
Gee, that's a clever mark from a clever player, Rioli. And then squares it to Lloyd. Well done by Archer. Mercury, free kick coming somewhere. I think it's to the Kangaroos for holding on. Well, we didn't get that blockbuster we wanted when we came here tonight, did we? The fireworks, they just didn't happen.
We had a little bit of fireworks at the start. He'll do something here, Rioli. Well done.
Grant round the body. He's had a lot of those kicks tonight, hasn't he? And then finds the touch.
That's a footballing brain on Dean Rioli, isn't it? Running back with the flight. Would have been easy to be sucked into saying, well, this man is 12 inches taller than me. I will cannon into his chest. No real contact, no free, and affects the spoil. As good a result as he could get from there.
He's got wonderful orientation around the ground, hasn't he? He just knows where he's at. Rocker running onto it. Mark Johnson. Simpson and Harris out the back. Through Stevens. Jason Johnson's had plenty. Moorcroft will be hungry. He's had a quiet night. See, all bandaged up. Finding the line makepeace.
He's looking tired now, Steve-O, isn't he? Moorcroft on screen there. Steve-O's just given everything he's got in him. And at this stage of the season, I think he's run unchanged in the middle tonight.
Yeah. Joe Mercedes just about has too. Had a little stint in the forward 50, but about 30 possessions, Joe.
David King and Brent Harvey would take a bit of the workload off Stevens, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Dylan Smith off the ground. Remenascus almost. Archer and Solomon. Remenascus and Motlop. Motlop's done well. He's going to kick one. Well played.
Back his pace.
Tell you what, a few of these blokes might be playing for a place in the team next week too, late in this match. Just every little thing will help.
That's a fair call.
Well, they'll get a couple, but King comes back.
Hasn't had a lot of the ball, Shannon Motlop. That 12th possession for him, but his pace was always going to worry Remenascus, who was not totally balanced, just trying to gather the bouncing ball in. Here.
And again, just looking at that Essendon centre square bounce setup, Smoke and Joe in there, 6 clearances tonight. That's a terrific return.
No doubt about that. And Jason Johnson's got 3, so 9 between 2 of them. Official attendance tonight, 56,028. It looked bigger, to be truthful. It looked over 60. It's not a bad result. Kick to centre half forward. Bang away at the back came from Jacobs. And to the pocket. So not the absolute blockbuster in terms of the turn-up that the Kangaroos and Greg Miller would have wanted, but 56,028.
Just been a perfect night for football.
I just feel if Carey and King and Harvey had been in the lineup, it might have brought a few more. They looked undermanned when you read their team this morning. Wellman wide. Of course, it's a home game for the Kangaroos. Had it been a home game for the Bombers, they would have unfurled the flag. They would have brought a lot more too. Carosella, half back. Short to Barnes.
I think Barnes is enjoying his run at centre half forward. I wonder if he'll kick on the left foot again.
He did have a bit of a limp up, didn't he, when he came off the ground? You just wonder if the hip sore or something. Stevens. Gee, Lee Matthews called for the mercy rule, I think, after that answer. Has anyone got a siren handy? Do you want to blow it, Wolsey? Or at centre wing? Because
he did pretty well there, the boy Petrie. I thought he brought that one to ground.
You haven't volunteered, Dermot. We've still got 6 minutes to go.
Oh, let him cop it.
What direction could you take this match in the next 6 minutes from me, Dermot?
No, it's character building stuff. You see which ones still go for you.
Grant out of bounds on the full. Still keeping on going, though, isn't he, Shannon Grant?
Yeah, he's actually been very good tonight.
Thinking about the 3-2-1, Wolsey, they'll all be on the Bomber side, won't they?
I think so. The big fella at full back, he's certainly come into contentions.
Dustin Fletcher, so Mitsubishi Player of the Year, the 3-2-1 from Robert Walls at the end of the game.
They're just playing with them now, the Bombers.
Rioli to Bolton, wide to Jacob, so 3 of their youngsters involved there in a passage of play. Squares it up to Blumfield, who had a terrific opening half. Out wide, loose men everywhere, to Mark Johnson. Wanted to go on, decided not. Alessio very short if he wanted him.
Play on.
What's Barnard over the back here?
Gets around, gets within range, 48 metres out, delivers, it's a chance! I think it's a goal. It is. Oh. Give Dennis the siren right now. He's going to get close to 100 points.
Yeah.
We're on the way.
And I think 13 goal kickers for the Bombers. So that's good because everyone's getting a touch of the footy. Everyone feels good. Their confidence is up. So Kevin Sheedy couldn't have asked for anything more.
Back to an 85-point margin now.
How did nobody touch this on the line? There were hands everywhere. They didn't. So 14 goals won the margin.
Barnes back into the ruck. Alessio to centre-half forward.
85 points.
He's jumping without trying to make contact, Barnes, so he might have a long-term bruising there or something causing him some discomfort.
Makepeace to Colbert. Short to Archer.
He looks like Anthony Rock with that haircut now.
Mark Johnson at the back. In fact, it looked a bit like Anthony Rock sitting up there with Mickey Martin before, but don't think it was.
I think he'd be at home in bed tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Johnny Blakey, tell you what, he'll never give up.
No.
I think he's the second oldest player in the AFL, Craig Bradley being the oldest.
34.
No, that's not Rocky, is it?
No. It's certainly Mick, though. You wouldn't mistake that head.
See, they'd love him back next week in a hurry, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
For Bradshaw or Lynch, probably Lynch at the Gabba.
Yep.
So Simpson.
18th possession coming up for Simpson.
He's reliable, isn't he? Kicks to half forward. Big fly came from Wellman. Jacobs mopping up. Not a great handball, but Johnson gets it to the other Johnson.
Well, they're all in the middle here.
Moorcroft has to wait. Chance for Archer and Motlop. Good tackle on Motlop. They held him up. Smith found it. Back to Archer. Squeezes it out. Okay. Stevens looks up. Gee, he's going to be tired tonight.
There's just not much to go to. Essendon players back. So he's got to go wide.
McKernan, 52 metres out. Good kick. A chance. Might have got there. He's second. Well, he's got 2 goals in the second half. He hasn't done much, to be truthful, but that late goal takes the Kangaroos to 9.
10 kicks, 1 handball to Corey, and this one on the fly through.
It's a good kick. It's a terrific kick from out there late in the match.
Well, Barnes has gone out of the centre again, so he's actually going to start on the wing here, Barnesy. I don't know if he's that used to playing out there. Corey in ruck. There's Barnesy, bottom of your screen.
And with an old Geelong teammate.
He's too.
In Lee Colbert. In a couple of grand finals together, those fellows, and on the receiving end, Moorcroft to Masiti. Harris, good hassling there, and then Simpson. The only option was to push forward. Grant, Rioli, well played Rioli. It was clever to Mark Johnson, who's full of run. Left footer to Alessio at half forward, almost up to centre wing. Just undecided. 50 metres, is it? Well, he kept coming around. Archer probably cribbing, but oh boy.
Because Spider Burton can't really run with another ruckman, he just runs back to fill a hole or go back and kick behind play. Essendon are the best team in the league. Well, they're the best team in the league, but they're the best team in the league at utilising a man who gets free, even if he's sideways to the ball, even if he's slightly back away from goal sideways from the ball. They will always give it out to somebody just to try and break up the opposition. The ruckman against Spider Burton is constantly that player.
So Alessio with that 50. Kicks his second goal. Got one in the opening term and one in the final term here. Back to 85 points.
Now Barnes is going into the middle now. We'll just have a look at this and see if he jumps and tries to avoid contact on the body, because he hasn't really been getting too much buffeting in the centre bounce, and he's got a lot of his kicks out wide where he's been like a player 20, 30 metres off the fringe.
Do you expect Wren to be very different to Burton? Will he play something similar for the Hawks getting back?
Oh, look, Wren tomorrow. I think the thing about Sean Wren is he's capable of doing that, but he's also, for the first time in the history of the club, someone capable of pushing through forward of play. So he's probably got more strings to his bow than Spider Burton. Well, he definitely has, in terms of finding the ball. So let's look at Barnesy here. Well, he's going to... Well, Corey and Spider are both in at the centre bounce here. Corey's on the left of Barnes. Spider's facing him. Let's see the body contact with Barnesy here. Yeah, slides past him.
Moorcroft, terrific smother there, coming from Archer. Back to Jason Johnson, accumulating. Barnes running onto it. Handball, stopping and propping Barnard. Back to Masidi, unloads, gets underneath, won't be a score in the pocket. Solomon going up, gets down, little squeezy one from Makepeace was good. To Cole, but control to the leg, okay. To Burton, should give a handball away, he does. To McKernan at half-back. Little kick inside, okay. To Petrie, 18-year-old in his first game. Gets some distance. Rocker outnumbered, front spot, he'll be pleased that there's no Fletcher. Back to Bolton, handball clever to Blumfield. Blumfield away, Alessio in front of Archer. Just a bit too big and too tall. Tried the handball, did he? Does now. They're all a bit tired. Jason Johnson squeezes wide. Mark Johnson could see another goal coming up here, I think. Will he take on Simpson? Doesn't. Goes across ground to Masiti or Lloyd in the front spot. Well done at the back, McKernan. Ball comes to ground. Cochrane to Makepeace. Makepeace out wide. Blakey on the end of it. Comes away.
Oh, this is a good contest for young Petrie. 2-on-1, and the kick doesn't favour.
Wellman, oh, gee, well done, Blumfield, and well done, Wellman. Little sidestep was cute, wasn't it? To Masidi.
Well done, Lee Cole, but held him up because Lucas was going past. Good professional play there.
Rioli short. Got him. I think he wanted to go on Rioli, but he just couldn't quite with Cochrane on the mark.
Corey's dropped back to about 20 metres out from goal. There he is, top of the square, hands up above his head.
This has been a good game for Dean Rioli. His confidence will just grow. Missing the last year's grand final.
Decides to go long and push it up to the front of the square. Burton gets back. Handball away. Stevens on the end. Safety. Goes really short to Grant, to Stevens. Both around the 30 possessions mark. Push in the back there, I think, against Petrie, or to Petrie against Wellman.
But there's about 6 Essendon players back in their defence and only about 3 Kangaroos. They've just outnumbered them all night. Again, he has to go wide.
Severio's got Henneman, if he can work off him. They're looking for him.
Kernan, wobbly kick. Dylan Smith goes back. Rawlings.
Poor kick.
And
numbers.
Alessio.
Actually did the right thing there, Severio Rocker. He pushed forward to the scrimmage, hoping that the short ball would come out.
85-point margin. Long, Wallace, Heffernan, Hardwick to come back. Boy, no wonder they're 6-4 favourites for the flag.
Yes, a very impressive win. They started so well, the Bombers. They had a flat patch there for a while. And then I think towards the end, the last quarter, they just dominated.